please report to the far side of the track near the scoreboard. Again, all seniors who are taking part in today's Senior Day activities, please report to the far side of the track near the scoreboard. Thank you. Last call for any seniors who are taking part in today's Senior Day recognition to report to the track closest to the scoreboard.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Testing, 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me? Testing, 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me? 1, 2, 3. Testing. Can you hear me?
Joe is being escorted by his father, Will Wilson, as well as his sister, Tina Wilson. Our next senior football Ditto.
Good morning and happy Thanksgiving to everyone. My name's Tony Blum, Sam Jenkins by my side, and Sam, this is the finale, man. For a lot of players on both teams, seniors, this is going to be their last football game, maybe ever, that they will play, and so this is a special game. Thanksgiving, of course, but more special than just Thanksgiving, as a lot of players are just going to really relish playing in this game, and they may not play another football game, at least not on the high school or maybe collegiate level. So I know that you went through this, of course, went on to play at Temple, but a lot of players, this is it for them.
Yeah, you know, it's a great time. You have some players who are, believe it or not, relieved to be playing the last game. You have other players who have aspirations of playing on a higher level and may or may not get there. And then you have ones that are guaranteed to go, you know, through scholarships, whether it be academic or athletic. Either way, this is going to be a special moment. And it was a special moment for me, even though I went on and, you know, played beyond this. But, you know, the weather's holding us back a little bit today, but you get to see your family, you get to play in front of people you haven't played before, and the coaches get to wrap up things they always wanted to do.
Next, please recognize senior
one of the things that are great,
Austin
some of the older kids on the team that don't often get a chance to play today.
Austin
So it's an all-around good time, and it should be an interesting game today.
And
we're going to be back to take a look at both of these teams, Pemberton and Rancocas Valley, and we're going to do that right after these two messages.
Today, please recognize senior manager Cheyenne Pope.
All right, back here at the field. We'll get back to those spots in just a moment. Taking a look at Pemberton. Got a chance to talk to their coach, Kareem Johnson. They come in at 1 up and 9 down. They've lost 8 in a row. And talking to him, he says, we run the spread. We've thrown the football a lot with quarterback Octavius Sharkey, but we're looking to run it a little bit more as Raynard Henderson, their sophomore running back, has started to come on, according to coach. And we're going to try to run the football before we throw it. Rancocas Valley, he said, has some very good athletes, and they want to keep it simple. And, of course, they're going to have to deal with the conditions. It's very cold, obviously. There's a wind blowing from left to right. And there's portions of the field when we were on the field that are slightly frozen, but that may dissipate as the game goes along. On defense, he says we have to win our individual matchups to slow them down. Crunches will be the key, and we want to force them to throw the football and control the run. The key for him offensively, run effectively, time of possession, want to stay at a head of the chains, control the pace, and on defense, no big plays and slow down their running game. So interesting that he wants to force them to throw the football. Of course, they have a very effective passing game as well with Mangine at quarterback. You have Condris, you have Hill, you have Washington, so a lot of weapons to throw the football for Rancocas Valley.
Yeah, let me tell you, that's true, and they can throw the ball, and they've been effective in the past. But from a coaching perspective, after, you know, the success they had this year and they had the tough game last week, they're going to come out wanting to, well, from a coaching perspective, they want to come out and run the ball. Because there's nothing like being able to run the ball all game long, get a 200-300 yards of rushing, to finish your season off. It's a way to have a dominant game but at the same time not embarrass the coach on the other side if you have a team that's from a bigger school or a bigger team or a better team. So you can stay within the boundaries of good sportsmanship, but at the same time have a dominant showing. So you can toss it up in the air and get a 50-yard touchdown pass if you like, or you can run it 2-3 yards, ISO, dive, power. It's good sportsmanship on each side, yet you get to show your dominance over the other team. So it should be interesting to see today.
We're going to take a look at Rancocas Valley, and we're going to do that right after this brief pause.
Update your home with the long-lasting beauty of natural stone at the Hard Yard. Lippincott Supply in Mount Holly. We stock boulders, Belgian block, flagstone, stacking stone, and decorative gravel. We also offer a huge variety of natural thin veneer stone and custom cut stone. We can help you plan the job, rent the tools, and deliver it all. Whether you're a homeowner or contractor, the best place to buy natural stone products is at Lippincott Supply, downtown Mount Holly, since 1901.
And here comes Rancocas Valley. Dressed in their white traveling uniforms with their red trim and red helmets. They come in at 8-3, coming off that very tough loss, 56-20 in the Group 5 South Jersey Championship, Sam. And talked to Coach Houseman. He said, hey, we've put it in our rearview mirror. We're ready to play this game and looking forward to it. A lot of seniors on our team who are going to be playing in what could be their last football game, so we're ready.
Oh, they certainly are. I mean, even my junior and my senior year, you always remember your last game. So they can have a dominant performance today. They're going to be able to remember that for the rest of their lives. And they should be up for this game. It's the team that they know the players with local teams, a few miles down the road. So looking forward to it.
He feels that the two players they need to stop, especially Octavius Sharkey, who is the quarterback. He is a junior, and their wide receiver, Tyshawn Walker. As you can see, probably not going to see this throughout the season. There's a lot of people going out there for the coin toss.
Mm-hmm. Seniors on the hash, captains in the middle.
Boker out there for Rancocas Valley, along with Van Gene, Edric. I believe Condris also out there for Rancocas Valley. It's a beautiful day if you don't worry about the cold. Not a cloud in the sky, but it is just a little chilly out there. And the wind, as we said, blowing from our left to our right. So Rancocas Valley will be receiving the football, defending the goal to our right. And to our left will be the Hornets of Pemberton. And as Coach Houseman said, this could be their Super Bowl because they're 1-9. They're a Group 2 school, play at a Group 5 school. Mm-hmm. They haven't had much success this year, but they win this one. What a way to go into the offseason, right?
I mean, what kind of freedom do you have as a coach? I mean, the Pemberton coaches, they can do whatever they need to do to try and win this game. I mean, you can not only do the trick plays, the misdirections, and all that kind of stuff. You can have throwbacks on punt returns, on kick returns. You can do everything that's in your playbook this game just to try and win. There's really nothing to lose. So it's a sense of freedom from their perspective.
And Pemberton just about set to come on this field to the left side. Pretty much a tradition. Almost all the teams you see burst through the little banner, and here they come. They're dressed in their green jerseys with black pants and white helmets. Sure, they're looking forward to this one, despite the fact that they have had a disappointing season, but against Rancocas Valley they can really make a statement in this Thanksgiving Day game. Bryce Van Gene on the season has had a terrific year, over 1,600 yards passing, 16 touchdowns, and also has over 400 yards and 4 touchdowns on the ground as well. Try them act like their leading ground gator. 700 yards, and now our national anthem. at 10 a.m. when it's, I don't know, mid to upper 20s. And if you're going out tonight, expect about 14 degrees.
Yeah, wind chill, right? Let me tell you something about these Pemberton players. They only have one win on the season, right? And if people are wondering how hard is it to get up for a game when you only have one win, and you're in your last game and you're a senior or a junior, and it's freezing out there and the field is ice cold. I mean, that says a lot about these young men, that they're still here, they're still willing to battle, and that's something that's going to take them far in life. I mean, it's easy to quit and say, hey, I'll just try out again next year, but these guys stayed through the whole season. I played a lot of games here, coached a lot of games here, and it's good to see guys tough enough to stick here through the whole time. So if you wonder is it hard to do it, yes, it's hard to sit out there at this point and play a game.
But of course, Sam, that's why they say football and some other sports as well is more than just about sports. It's about life, and it's about, hey, look, stick it out. Good things will happen. You just got to be there. As they say, 90% of success is just showing up.
That's right, and it reveals their character, shows that they're tough enough to go through this, and that's going to take them far in life. So I'm really excited to see them.
Back to receive it. Mangine along with Condris. Interesting, Matlock not back there to receive this kickoff. Westmoreland to kick it away.
Wind is at their back, huh?
Coach Stan Houseman is 65-31 in his 9th season. For the Hornets, Kareem Johnson, his first season at the helm.
I just thought I was going crazy for a second. I was like, where is the kicker? I was looking up and down. All right.
They haven't won since beating Princeton 40-0 on September 15th. Losing 8 straight since that time. But again, this could be their second win of the season, and boy, would that be a big one for them. Beating a team that was in the South Jersey Group 5 final just a week ago. They are a Group 5 school, as Pemberton is Group 2, so that doesn't always mean everything, though, Sam. There's a lot of teams who are, we saw the Group 3 championship last week as well. A couple of pretty good teams, right?
That Group 3 championship could be Group 5, Group 6 if you're in Texas.
Yeah.
They had some big-time players, and not big-time just by stats, but big-time by size. So, in this case, it's kind of more true to form, but you never know. That's why we're out here playing, and it's cold, and it's windy, and they have a lot more to play for, and we'll see what happens.
Westmoreland with a kick, kind of a floater. Condris waits on it, picks it up at the 11-yard line, and now he'll start out to his right. Condris finds some room. Condris across the 25, and he's going to be knocked down at the 26-yard line, so they'll open for business at the 26. Bryce Mangine is the quarterback. Ty Matlock, the running back. Saron Hill, Danny Condris, Jameer Washington, the wideouts.
Now you want to look to see they start off trying to establish the run, see if they can get 5, 6, 7 yards of pop. If they can keep it on the ground, keep the ball out of the air, wear this team down, and have a great day. If I'm Pemberton, I'm bringing everybody I have initially to stop the run.
Slot formation to both sides. And a whistle to start this one off.
It's going to be hard to play 10 against 11.
Interesting, Sam. I'm not seeing Matlock on the field. Moses in the backfield, so don't know if Matlock, Coach Houseman did not mention that he was injured, so don't know exactly why he is not starting this game, but Anthony Moses was in the backfield along with Bryce Mangine.
All right, let's take a look and see. I don't remember, after the last game, I didn't see him limping or any injury.
So Rancocas Valley is back on the field after that quick timeout. They come in 8-3, 3 losses, twice to Williamstown and 1 to St. Augustine. 2 pretty good teams. Now we are now set to get this one underway from scrimmage. the snap. Mangine, the quick toss to Condris, left side. Condris, the 27, looking to cut it back, but he's double teamed, still struggling, and then forced back.
So what you see here is Pemberton's in the cover 2 shell, so they're kind of back off the number 2 receiver, so they're giving them 8 to 10 yards, but they do a good job of rallying to the ball. All right, and then they're even trying to push them back and get the ball out. I mean, that's some good hustle right there.
So they say he lost a couple of yards on that quick toss. That'll bring up a 2nd and 12. Probably would have had a gain on the play, Sam, but what he did is he tried to continue to fight, and when he did that, they pushed him back. And
that's exactly right.
Here's Mangine, the end around. Coming back is Condris. Condris being hammed in, and there's a marker on the play. This one could cost him 10 yards, depending on what they call. But in that area of the field, probably holding, right?
Right. Yeah, and they're trying misdirection and reverse plays early in the game without establishing, flow for the defense. So once you get the defense running one way and they get used to you doing that, then you can come back with a reverse. Seems kind of early, but they may have seen something on tape.
Foul again, Rancocas.
Personal foul called against Rancocas Valley. Didn't quite understand. He went like this and then like this. So I don't know exactly what that one is. I haven't seen that one.
I have to go look at my signal sheet.
Yeah. Nonetheless, football is being moved back, way back. Still haven't moved the...
No, not the down marker yet.
Down marker will be set at the 7-yard line.
Now, RV has... Oh, not yet. Looks like they're going to have trips to the top of the field. All right, they're changing.
Going with the double slot formation. 2nd and 35 for the Red Devils. Mangine again, the quick toss to the left side is going to be a pass. Assis not able to find a receiver, so decides to take it on the ground, and then he's going to be hemmed in and not going to gain much, if anything. Might have lost a yard.
So they were trying to double pass on that one. So they're going to throw it out here to the wide receiver. He was going to throw it to the other one, but Pemberton did a good job of not falling for it. He had the second option of throwing across the field, but that wouldn't have been feasible. And he's trying to make the play. So it seems like RV's the one that has all the tricks in the in their playbook this week, not Pemberton.
Yeah, you expect to see those early on. I should say late in the game, Sam, but not so early in the game as they're showing it here.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
It makes for a much more fun week of practice, but you got to get the basics down. It's double move.
Yeah, Mangine throws to the right side, and this one is incomplete.
Incomplete pass. Bring up a 4th down for...
That's Myers, right?
That was Danny Myers, who had a step, Sam, but the ball a little late in getting there.
So they had the fake screen up top. He had a double move at the bottom. The ball, a little bit underthrown. The cold weather beginning of the game, that's expected to happen. That's why even if you are the dominant team, it's not guaranteed that you can get that first down anytime you want.
So Mangine will be kicking it. Standing just inside the goal line. The kick is high and doesn't go very far, and that's because of the wind. Going to be down at around the 28-yard line of Rancocas Valley. So Rancocas Valley with a forgettable first series, ending up with a 4th and 35, and the punt, because of the wind, is going to give Pemberton excellent field position inside the 30-yard line. They're going to mark it at the 26-yard line. So a golden opportunity here for the Hornets.
Make no mistake. I mean, I think RV is feeling confident that if they have to resort back to the base offense, that they can move the ball, and they think their defense can stop them. So that's what we're looking at. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Sharkey is the quarterback. 5 receivers to the right side with an empty backfield.
The second receiver can't go out.
Quickly thrown to Walker to the right side. Walker makes the reception. Walker refuses to go down. He's to the 21-yard line.
All right, they had to throw the ball behind the line because the second to the widest wide receiver was covered. So they couldn't throw the ball downfield. So they had to be a run or a pass behind the line.
See, those are things that you would recognize and I would not.
Yeah, I saw it. I was like, they have to run this or screen or something.
So the question is, did the defense see that? That's the interesting part. Did somebody on the defense recognize because of the formation they had to do one of those two things? Sharkey to the left side is complete. And he's going to be downed at the 15-yard line.
That's a nice pattern and ball, Tony. That's a good delivery.
First down.
No question, Sharkey has thrown for 1,750 yards and 12 touchdowns. So
they showed on that play.
Ball at the 15-yard line of Rancocas Valley. No score. Trips to the left side. And a marker. The Hornets are happy, so it's offsides against Rancocas Valley. That'll bring up a 1st and 5. Ball moved to the 10-yard line.
You know, that's what they have to do. I mean, it's not going to be all physical today. They got to mentally outsmart them, get them off balance a little bit. Pemberton's game plan, first few plays are going according to the plan.
Empty backfield, trips to the left, slot to the right. Sharkey in the spread. No score. 7:55 left in the opening quarter. Sharkey back to pass. Sharkey throws over the middle and behind his intended receiver. That was Walker.
Yeah, he saw him running on the end cut, and he, took the blame, patted his chest, and saw that he threw it behind him. But more importantly, he was open. So look for them to come back to that play right there. That backer was covering from inside out, and he didn't get his eyes on the receiver quick enough to shorten his drop. So he was able to come underneath him. But that should be a play we'll see again.
Interesting, Kareem Johnson, their coach, indicated they want to try to run it to start off, but it's been anything but a running game here to start off. Trips to the right side, in motion to the left side, and now keeping it up the middle and fumbling the football. Rancocas Valley jumps on it. Did they get it? The officials have not yet given an indication, and now they do.
All right, let's take a look at that. I don't know if he was down. All right, you see him have the fake. He runs the quarterback counter right there, and I can't. Looks like the ball came out when it hit the ground, but unfortunately, it's for everybody.
Yeah, we don't have replay on the field, but we do have it here in the booth. But nonetheless, after getting great field position on the punt, they get the turnover and now back in possession of the football. So that's a huge play right there, Sam, as they get the football back. Had a 3rd and a 4th and 35, but now just a 1st and 10, and they'll take it.
Yeah, that's a big play because they were in scoring position.
Here's Mangine. Mangine with a design run to the right side. Mangine with room. Mangine has the first down. He's to the 18-yard line before he stopped.
Mangine for first down.
So this is what Arvy knows it can do. It comes back, with this saying, we'll do the trick plays early when the score is 0-0, and then we'll get back to our offense if necessary.
Well, I guess it puts it in the back of their mind that we can do this, so you got to be prepared for it later in the game. Fumble, but retained by Rancocas Valley. Dangerous.
Absolutely dangerous because the conditions today, even though you can run the ball and then the ball can come loose at any time. So that can equalize a talent or depth issue. Injured
player for Pemberton down on the field. We'll get to that in just a moment. No score. 6:56 remaining in the opening quarter. For over 45 years, Alimo Group has provided quality engineering services to public clients throughout New Jersey, and New York, Pennsylvania, and Delaware. Many of these clients have used Alimo Group services for years, and the firm has received many engineering and planning awards for municipal and state projects. Alimo Group services are tailored to a client's specific needs. These range from water wells to footbridges and nature paths to new structures and facilities. The Alimo Group can engineer your ideas and help you create just what you need. Phone the Alimo Group at 609-267-8310 or visit them at 200 High Street in Mount Holly. No score. 6:56 remaining in this first quarter. Injured player was Fahim Sims. Seems to be okay as he comes off.
All right, so Arvin needs to settle down a little bit here. I think 4 out of the first 5 plays, they've gone backwards, you know, through good defense, through mishandling the ball, or through, you know, trick plays. But they have to get down to business and develop what offense they're going to run today.
2nd down and 14. From the 13, their own 13-yard line. Mangine again going to take it himself. Straight up the middle, continues driving across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
The tackle by Anthony Hamilton.
Makes 3rd down a little bit more manageable here, Sam. 3rd down and call it 7.
And, you know, because we talked about earlier in the game, I mean, talk about your last football game. Mangine's going to be playing a totally different sport next year in college, so I wouldn't be surprised to see a heavy dose of him today.
3rd and 7. Mangine sets, throws to the right side. This one is complete, but he's tackled before he can reach the first down marker.
Short gain will bring up 4th down for the Devils.
Complete to Lowe on the play. Haven't seen him much on offense this year, but threw it to him, made the catch, came up 3-4 yards short, and Mangine again is going to be punting the football. With the wind, probably not going to go that far.
Yeah, he really has to get it.
Now the fake, up the middle, the push, and he's got the first down across the 30 to the 31-yard line.
I think they've done that enough for Pemberton to know
down for the Red
they should have
Devils.
been in a base defense on that.
Here's the fake. So off the fake punt, the drive continues at the 31-yard line. Quick throw to the left side. Condress makes the catch. Condress with a first down and more. Condress shoved out of bounds at the 49-yard line.
So that's what you're going to get. We're back to that. I'm sorry, back to the same formation. You have a safety that's deep over the number 2 receiver. The number 1 comes out and blocks. All he does is go 5 yards and hooks up. The way to stop that is the inside backer that you see trailing him right now, 15. He's going to have to widen his stance, or he's going to have to turn and sprint on the pass play. They're keeping everybody in to stop the run, but when you have 2 receivers out there, he's going to have to get wider.
Mark it right at the midfield line. Here's Moses. Moses pounds off the right side. He's inside the 45-yard line to the 43-yard line.
All right, now we're getting back to the quarterback tailback run.
Slot to the left side. Again, Moses. Moses breaks a tackle. Moses cuts left. He's got the first down to the 35-yard line, where he stood up and thrown back. So they're getting the ground game going here, Sam.
Yeah.
Down for Red Devils.
They're picking up the tempo, and they're just getting the ground game going, and this is what I'm sure they believe they had all week long.
Looked like a different team starting out this game with all those crazy plays.
Yeah.
Here's Mangine, sets plenty of time, fires to the right side, and this one is incomplete at the 5-yard line.
On the 2 deep passes to the right, you can see that it was underthrown, whether it be his arm, whether it be the weather, whether it be the pattern. The way to fix that is, instead of having him throw it further, just have him throw it earlier, so the ball can get up in the air and the receiver can run underneath it. So if it's a matter of getting it deep enough, just throw it early, let the receiver run underneath it, and problem solved.
Hill, the intended receiver on the play. 2nd down and 10. From the 35 of Pemberton, no score. 4:10 left. Opening quarter. Mangine again. Moses. Moses pounds forward to the 32-yard line. That'll bring up 3rd down and 7 for the Red Devils.
So this is where, unfortunately, Pemberton cannot play straight defense, they're going to have to gamble somewhere. They can't sit in their base defense. It's cover 4-3, cover 2 look. They're going to have somebody's going to come, somebody's going to move, something's going to happen.
Double slot.
There you go. There you go.
Going to the right side is complete. That Myers making the reception at the 25-yard line. Myers getting more involved in the passing game than we've seen this season.
That was actually a really good blitz. They had the play side backer there, right where the quarterback was throwing, and threw right over him and hit him.
Slot formation to the left side. Inside the 25. Here's Moses to the left side with blockers in front. Moses to the 15-yard line, and boy, I'm telling you, there's a marker coming in at the end of the play, but they did a tremendous job of blocking on that play. You could see when he got the toss, he had 3 offensive linemen in front of him. Check it out.
Yeah, you had a little train, a wave, a little white wave going on here. 2 linemen and receivers. He fits right through. Good plays. Unfortunately, what was the penalty?
Holding.
That's holding on the play. Well, there you go. That explains why you have the white wall.
Yeah, it was interesting, though, because the flag came in pretty much after the play was over. So it's interesting that you get the holding call there when the play is pretty much over. But that's what the infraction was, so the ball is moved back. Outside the 25, we'll call it the 26-yard line. First down and 13.
Trips.
Moses in motion to the right on the jet sweep. Moses cuts it back. Moses has room. Moses in a foot race. Moses to the goal line, and he goes in for the touchdown.
Touchdown by Anthony Moses.
That's the classic case of over pursuit. I mean, you know, Pemberton has to commit to stop these running plays, and if you pursue too fast or too far, all you have to do is cut back, and all the offensive players are in position to wall off the defense right there. So, you know, undermanned, that's what happens. You got to go a little bit harder, a little bit faster than you typically would.
26-yard touchdown run there by Moses. And Preskavich will attempt.
Next play is
the kick is good.
Red Devils 7.
So now Rancocas Valley jumps on top with 2:48 left in this opening quarter, 7-0. Well, over the years, Third Base Sports and Trophies has grown into one of the leading companies on the East Coast in providing all of your trophy and apparel needs. Located at 1960 Old Cuthbert Road in Cherry Hill, they provide one-stop shopping to their customers with outstanding quality, service, and affordability. Open Monday through Friday, 9 till 5, Saturdays 9 till noon. Phone 856-665-0114. Remember to stop at Third Base on your way home. And Bill Gordon Mount Holly Pro Day, proud to support Rancocas Valley football. Bill Gordon Mount Holly Pro Day, an annual not-for-profit event established in 1998 as a way to financially support area youth programs. Everything from Pop Warner football to Mount Holly Library. The 21st annual Bill Gordon Mount Holly Pro Day is coming up next spring. Check out the details online at onlc.com/Pro Day. So Rancocas Valley on the scoreboard, 7-0, as they pretty much ran their offensive repertoire the way they had the entire season, going back to the running game and mixing in the pass and doing a good job of it.
Yeah, that's some classic RV offense right there. You're mixing the quarterback run, a little bit of power, and wide jet sweeps with the tailbacks. And I'm sure they knew they had that. That's why they tried a little bit of a trickeration at the beginning of the game.
Highsmith and Walker back to receive it. Preskavich just going to take a couple of steps as the ball falls off the tee because of that wind. Again, probably in the case here, Sam, you want to kick it low because the wind, you get it up in the air, wind's going to just push it right back at you.
Right. If you had a powerful leg, it'd be a great wind to kick a pooch into because it'll take forever to come down, put some pressure on them, which it looks like that's what they're trying to do.
Going to bounce down inside the 30 of the 25, and rushing up there to fall on it was Highsmith. And they'll take over the football now, trailing 7-0.
Pemberton's going to look back at that fumble when they had the turnover over here and wonder what could have been. I mean, I know it's two different size schools and 2 different years, but the tied game is a tied game in cold weather. You know, things can change. So see what they can put together here.
And, of course, they have been going in this first quarter, Sam, with the wind.
Right.
So it's going to turn around in that second quarter. Rancocas Valley will have the win.
Here's that formation again.
So a running play or something behind the line of scrimmage. Is that what it's got to be? But they throw it downfield.
No,
and they complete it.
What can't happen is that guy can't go out for a pass. He's allowed to stand there. The other side can go out. Yeah.
Westmoreland makes the reception for a big gainer to the 40. See where they're going to mark it, right at the 40-yard line of Rancocas Valley. So a little confusion.
So at the bottom of the screen, the receiver that was covered, meaning there was a receiver outside of him on the line of scrimmage, he can't go out for a pass.
Okay. So a big gainer to the 40-yard line of Rancocas Valley. $35-yard pickup on the hookup to Westmoreland. Sharkey can throw the football. He's proven that, over 1,750 yards this season. Now the officials want to animated in his discussions with the officials, saying, "What's going on, fellas?" Sharkey, the quarterback. He'll be back next year, just a junior. Takes the snap. This one up the middle. Another fumble. But this one's recovered by Pemberton. Jumping on it was Desmond Inge. Well, that could have been the second fumble by the Hornets.
Yeah, they don't need to give Rancocas Valley any help. I mean, they need to keep this drive going. And you saw that ball, as you see here, came out before he hit the ground.
Pickup of 1, 2nd and 9. Trips to the right side. Empty backfield again. Sharkey with the snap. Sharkey throws to the right side. This one's complete to Walker. Walker looking to accelerate. Finally knocked down by Condris inside the 35 at the 34-yard line.
You know, they are doing a good job. I see why he has so many yards. They're running short, concise patterns to get the ball off in a timely manner, and they get what they can. I mean, it's an effective, efficient offense. I see what they're doing.
That'll bring up 3rd down and 4 for the Hornets. Again, the empty backfield, trips to the left side, a slot to the right for Sharkey. Looking to the sideline to get the signal of what they want to run here.
Oh, got him.
All alone is Walker. Walker's ahead of everybody, beats the linebacker, Jesse Edrick, for the touchdown.
Tony, I can tell you what happened as soon as the ball was snapped. All right, we have a blitz by the safety here. Invert player, outside backer. He comes, and as soon as he sees it, he said 4-1's right up the seam. I don't know if that was converted off the blitz or it was a called play, but, I mean, that's one of those times if you're an offensive play caller, you just happen to call the perfect play for the defense.
And he was wide open. Now Westmoreland will kick it. Sharkey to hold to tie this one up. Interesting how the offensive lineman, the snap over the head of Sharkey, the holder, going back to pick it up as Westmoreland. Now he's going to throw it, and this one is going to be knocked away. Incomplete. So Anthony Hernandez able to knock it away, but they preserve the 1-point lead here on physically and emotionally. They offer high-intensity camps surrounded by a community of like-minded women. With the help of a personal trainer, clients learn how to maximize their individual potential and exceed their own expectations. Memberships include unlimited 45-minute camps, personalized nutrition guidance, one-on-one focus meetings with the trainers, and complimentary child watch. For more information or to sign up, visit the website burnbootcamp.com/Hainsport-NJ or call 856-924-8824. 7-6. Rancocas Valley maintains that 1-point lead on the bad snap on the extra point.
Well, we saw two of the full playbook plays that we were talking about. I mean, that controversial formation throwing it back and the good call versus the safety blitz. The question here is, did they poke the bear and is RV going to wake up, or did they show RV we're here to play? I mean, that remains to be seen. I mean, are they going to respond and say, okay, let's just show how much better we are, or is this a competitive game because it's a rivalry?
Westmoreland will be kicking it away. Back again, Mangine and Condris. 7-6. The kick, low line drive. Condris lets it get past him, picks it up inside the 15-yard line. Now steps to his left, and he's going to be hit and knocked down short of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Again, not what you really want to see, as he had the opportunity to pick it up in front of him, but it just skipped past him, Sam.
It sure did. And if there is a way to execute a kickoff when you're undermanned, that's it. I mean, you dribble it down there and you rely on the odd shape of the ball to give an unconventional bounce, and then you rally to the ball and just keep shoulder to shoulder and don't get off-flanked.
So they'll open for business at the 24-yard line, leading it 7-6 over the Hornets of Pemberton. Again, Anthony Moses, the running back. Receivers split to either side as Mangine under center. The toss is to Moses. Moses looking to sweep the right side. Has blockers in front. Moses turns the corner. Moses breaks out in the clear, and then he's going to be knocked down just prior to picking up that first down.
Yeah, you see something here. Either Pemberton had a slant to the wide side of the field, or they were able to read the play before it happened. But even knowing which way it's going, it's still tough for them to stop. So they know what they're doing. It's just hard to get it executed.
Give off the right side and not going to really get to the first down marker. That should do it for the first quarter. And it will. So at the end of one, Rancocas Valley on top of Pemberton by 1.76 on the errant snap for the extra point. And we'll be set for quarter number 2 in just a moment. Highway Tire and Auto Service stocks a wide selection of tires for your vehicle. Their passenger tire inventory includes favorite brands like Goodyear, Kelly, and Dunlop. You'll get the best replacement tire for your car, light truck, or SUV right now. But there's more. Highway Tire and Auto Service, family owned and operated for over 50 years, also offers specials on oil changes, alignment, and brake service. Highway Tire and Auto Service, 1661 Route 38 in Mount Holly. Phone them 609-267-5300 or visit them online at highwaytires.com. So Rancocas Valley with the football.
Just saying, I love an F-bomb. It's like 11. I don't know where that is. Pass it up to me. You got to go back. I got to go up and back.
Rancocas Valley with the football. And they did get the first down on that carry, so the drive continues at the 35-yard line. Mangine. The give, looking to sweep the left side. That Matlock turns the corner and picks up the first down.
Is that Matlock? So he was.
Was that Jerome Hill? Yeah, I think that was Jerome Hill on the carry.
Flag on the play.
And there is a marker on the play as well.
No, I see 25 out there. I don't know who's counting, but.
Oh, yeah, I see him.
Let's take a look.
Yeah.
Offsetting fouls.
So there were offsetting fouls and will replay first down. Or do they?
Yeah, they should replay it from where they were. Unless it's after.
Yeah.
Unless it's after. Is it dead ball foul?
Okay. Must be, yeah.
So it looks like Ty was out the first quarter for one reason or another.
Yep.
So they give him the first down across the 40 to the 49-yard line. And
On the 4 on the 49 for the Red Devils.
slot formation to the right side. Myers in the slot. Hill split far out to the right side. Ty Matlock now in the backfield for the Red Devils. Here's the snap. Mangine going to take it himself. Broom to the left side. Spinning across the 45. Continues to the 39-yard line. Going to mark it at the 40-yard line and picks up another first down. Mangine has just about done it all for Rancocas Valley. 1,600 yards passing. 400 yards on the ground. Combination of 20 touchdowns between those two. Mangine with plenty of time. Sets, fires deep down the left side, and it's just overthrown.
Incomplete pass. Bring up the second down for
That was Condris. He's been throwing to Danny Condris a long time.
Look at the. This is too far back. Look at the difference in how the flight of the ball with the wind versus against the wind. Against the wind, the two deep balls, those little short ones on the throw, one was knocked down. This time he overthrew him by 3 to 4 yards. So he has to be able to understand that, put the ball up in the air a little bit with the wind.
Yeah, I guess you have to get used to it when you're switching sides. First you're playing against the wind, and now you're going with the wind. Matlock with the direct snap. He's inside the 35-yard line to the 34.
And that's what the 45-minute, hour-long pregame warm-ups for. I mean, you throw the ball around, you get used to the wind. You should have an idea how it's going to behave when it's up in the air.
Third down and a long 4 for Rancocas Valley. Jerome Hill to the right side. Slot to the left. Here's Matlock. Has room. Matlock cuts it back. He's got the first down to the 27-yard line.
First down for Red Devils.
That's a good, tough inside run.
Matlock, a 5'11", 180-pound senior's got over 700 yards and 6 touchdowns this year. Extremely quick. And our timeout is called by Pemberton. They're down 7-6, but I think they're more concerned about the way they're moving the football than anything else.
Right.
Parent Chief Chapels has been part of the greater Mount Holly community for over 180 years. Community service and participation are both part of their heritage. When you have a need of their services, you can call 609-267-0399. Go to their website at parentchief.com or visit their warm and comfortable offices at 438 High Street in Mount Holly. They're there to help honor the memory of your loved ones. Parent Chief Chapels, a proud supporter of the student athletes at Rancocas Valley High School. So Ty Matlock back in the ball game after sitting the first quarter, and he does make a difference, doesn't he?
I'll tell you what, he does. I mean, it's when the hole's there, both backs can get what's there. The difference is when Ty gets the ball, his legs are still pumping. He'll make that defender. He'll break that tackle downfield, and he's always a threat to go all the way.
First down at the 26-yard line of Pemberton. 7-6, the Red Devils lead it. 10:05 left in this second quarter. Screen to the right side. Matlock's got it, got blockers in front, cuts it back to his left, and he's knocked out inside the 20 at the 17-yard line. Warner came up to make the stop.
So what makes this an effective screen is Matlock gets underneath the defenders. He gets set up right there. We just, talking about a step or two away from breaking it all the way.
First down. Personal foul is going to be roughing the passer.
Penalty against the Hornets, roughing the passer.
So they're going to take the play, obviously. That was, as you talked about, a perfect call for perfect play. That was it. You could see they rushed. The defensive line was coming right at Mangine, and he just tossed it, and wide open was Matlock with blockers in front.
Right, it's the second offensive perfect call we saw. I mean, it was right there.
Great opportunity here. Condrus looking to sweep the left side on the jet sweep. Condrus to the goal line, and Condrus is in for the touchdown. And a marker down as well. He's so good at running that jet sweep.
Yeah, if we take a look at it here, he's patient enough to allow the blocking to develop, but he knows when to turn it on and get the corner. You know, at this point inside the red zone, you just got to get there and sprint to the pylon. So he's running enough to know when to turn it on and when to be patient.
So penalty after Condrus scored. That's going to be marked off against Rancocas Valley on the kickoff. That'll back them up, but with the wind, that helps Mangine to hold Proskavich with a kick. The snap and the boot, and it is good.
The next point is good for the Red Devils. That'll get Red Devils 14, Hornets 6.
So Rancocas Valley now moves ahead further, 14-6 with 9:37 left till halftime. Premier Barbershop is the place to get your haircut. They have experienced barbers at Premier who specialize in the latest styles: fades, temple tapers, mohawks, comb-overs, designs, and more. Premier Barbershop at 14 High Street in Mount Holly. They're a diversified establishment. If you look good, they look good. Get sharp at Premier Barbershop in Mount Holly. And for more than 30 years, Elite Landscaping has been creating beautiful surroundings for customers throughout the Delaware Valley. It's one of South Jersey's premier full-service landscape design and installation firms. Elite stands behind all their work, providing regular monitoring of their landscape settings. Their entire process is delivered on time and on budget by a team of friendly and professional landscape experts. Elite Landscaping, 8 Pineview Avenue in Berlin. Phone 856-753-1944. So the Red Devils extend their lead to 14-6 with 9:37 to halftime.
Yeah, there's been enough passing to not to make this game not go by as fast as it could. You think with the cold weather and the type of offenses we have, we get a little bit more running, but they seem to want to use the wind to their advantage when they have it. So let's see what kind of kick we have here. It looks like has the laces over there for a pooch-style kick, but we'll see.
Well, the ball is going to be moved back to the 25-yard line on this kickoff because of the penalty after RV scored the touchdown.
Oh, so he's going to want to drive this one deep.
But the only benefit he's got is got the wind at his back, so he can just kick it as far as he possibly can, and it might go further.
Yeah, they better back up 5 yards here.
There it is.
Now let it go out of bounds.
Yeah, so they're going to get the football to 35.
Is it still the 35 for the kicker from the penalty?
Now let's see.
Or is it?
They're going to have to re-kick. So now they're going to kick it 5 yards further back and kick it from the 20-yard line. It's always interesting to see how this one turns out.
It looks like a kick after a safety right now. Kick from the 20, right?
Yes, absolutely. So they would have had it somewhere around they would have had it at the 35-yard line. They're going to force a re-kick. So if they don't make the 35, bad decision.
Well, it'll be tough because they're standing on the 35 right now. So if they don't make it from there, that's a tough one. So they should come out a winner on this one. Now's the time for a trick reverse return. Trick return play.
Proskavich ready to kick it again. Line drive affair. This one bounces down at the 40 over the head of Walker. He's driven back inside the 30-yard line, and he's going to be knocked down at the 29-yard line.
So it's possible, right?
Absolutely.
He called it.
Justin Gray makes the stop. He was there quickly before Walker really could get himself set, turn up field, and so they'll have the football at the 29-yard line, trailing at 14-6. 9:30 till halftime. Octavius Sharkey is the quarterback, but now he's going to be going into the wind, Sam, so we're going to see if that's going to have any effect on his throws.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen the tightness of his spiral, so anything under 8 yards, 5 to 8 yards, he should be okay. Once you get beyond that, I mean, you got to have an arm to overcome this wind.
Empty backfield with that 5 receiver to the right formation, and I'll let Sam tell us about that.
Yeah, I know, right?
Here's Sharkey looking to run it up the middle to the 30. Picks up 1 yard, so not much there.
What I'm saying is it's tough, but if you count the receivers from the top of the field, there's the widest guy and the second widest guy. If this ends up being a passing play, he can't go out, but the third and fourth guys that were behind the line can't go out. It's tough. It's a lot of stuff.
That's why we have you here, to explain all that technical stuff, so you can see it's not just a physical game, it's a thinking man's game as well. You got to know what's going on. Pickup of just a yard from the 30 now for the Hornets. 2nd and 9. Trips to the right side, slot to the left for Sharkey. Again, the empty backfield.
Everybody's eligible. There you go.
Quick throw to the left side. This one is complete. Making the reception was Highsmith at the 34-yard line. They're going to mark it at the 35-yard line. That'll bring up a 3rd down and 5.
That's within his range of passing. That's the 5 to 8 yard passes he can do. So that's that's why it was delivered accurately. I mean, and it's there. They're giving it to him. They're not going to get in that press coverage that they did last time that they had scored on. So they're giving it to him up top again.
Trips to the right, slot to the left, and a marker. You could see that one. Question is, what will the call be here? And it's going to be start against Pemberton. Ball moved back to the 30-yard line. That's going to make it a little bit more difficult for the Hornets now with a 3rd and 9.
That's potentially a drive-killing penalty right there. They're going to have to do more than the 5-yard pass, to get the first. So maybe a double move or something they have practiced all week, something new.
2 receivers to either side. Highsmith in motion to the right side. Sharkey will roll to his right. Sharkey being rushed. Sharkey is grabbed, throws on the run. It's incomplete. He was under heavy heat.
4th down for the Hornets.
Intended for Highsmith. But right there was Edric to make the stop, even if he caught it.
Yeah, this is a sprint out, and, it doesn't give you a lot of time. You can get out there 1, 2, 3 and throw it now. Anytime after that, because the missed block on the point, the guy that has contained, the defensive end that has contained, they missed that block. So it becomes tough.
Westmoreland will be kicking it. Condris is back to receive it, standing at his own 44-yard line. Again, kicking into the wind. There's the kick. It's up in the air. They're just going to let it bounce, getting away from it inside the 45 and down at the 42-yard line. I believe that was the first punt of the game for Pemberton. And Rancocas Valley will set up shop in very good field position at their own 42-yard line, leading at 14-6 with 7:22 left till halftime.
Yeah, an actual punt, right? Because they were lined up for RV's fake punt.
So the Red Devils, after starting off this game with some trickeration, some gadget plays, have just settled in and running their offense and doing it very effectively. At the 42-yard line, Looking at the flags, the wind may have died down a little bit from the start of this game. Here's Matlock with a flip back to Hill. Now back to Mangine, throws deep down the right side, intended for Matlock, and that looked like the play that they scored on against Williamstown last week.
Yep. Going back to it again, we talked about it earlier. You have to make adjustments for the wind. Yeah, and just aired it out. I mean, man, it was there.
Of course, against Williamstown, Matlock had no one around him within 10 yards. I mean, he was wide open. So here a little bit tighter coverage and incomplete. So second down and 10 from the 42. Mangine with the give to Matlock, and Matlock met right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there at all.
And a gang tackle by the Hornets gives the Red Devils a loss.
Ronald Wade was the initial man to hit him, and a loss of 3, so third down and 13.
You know, I'm looking at the play call so far in the game, and it must have been a fun week to be an offensive player at Rancocas Valley. All these double pass reverses, fake punts, and all kind of stuff. So
slot formation to the right side. Well, after that tough loss to Williamstown, maybe they just wanted to liven up the practices.
They're sending West.
Throws to the right side and too high for Condris. Only 5'8" over his head, and that's going to bring up fourth down for Rancocas Valley.
Westmoreland comes over here as the backer. He's blitzing, and they throw again right to the zone that he'd be covering. He'd have the curl flat, which is out here where the ball is delivered, and you kind of want to make that reception, especially when they vacate that zone. Yeah, Pemberton should not buy this. They should not think this, even though it's fourth and, 13, 12. They shouldn't even assume it's a punt.
Here's the kick. Quivering spiral. Highsmith lets it get past him. Back to the 15-yard line, and he is double-teamed and knocked down. So good coverage. And, of course, the ball getting past Highsmith.
Take over on 10-yard line.
And they're going to open for business at their 10-yard line. Not what you want. To have to go 90 yards to score with 6:16 until halftime.
I'll tell you what. Pemberton will sign a contract to go in down 14-6 right now. If they can run the timeout, you know. Obviously, the goal is to score, but they kept themselves in the game.
And they will be receiving the second half kickoff as well.
That's right.
Something to keep in mind, if I'm not mistaken, they will be going into the wind when they receive that kickoff and start the second half, and Rancocas Valley gets the wind in the fourth quarter. Sharkey off the right side. Henderson with a nice run, picking up a first down across the 20 to the 23 or 4 yard line.
Good run by Renard Henderson for a first down for the Hornets.
You get a first down and you get the clock running. Clock running. There you go. It took a few seconds.
Had to wait till those sticks were moved. Quads to the left side. This one's going to be thrown to the left side, and it's complete to the left side. Making the reception was Cole Davis.
Cole Davis.
Tell you what, they're keeping it within his wheelhouse of where he can throw the ball. It's a very smart play calling right now.
Pickup of 5 yards. Ball at the 28-yard line. Clock continues to run. 5:32 left in this first half. Shockey being rushed. Shockey steps up. Shockey throws the football. Dangerous. He may have fumbled it. Let's see who gets it.
Did he push? Looks like he got back on top of it. I don't know if he pushed him. Take a look.
Crazy play there.
Yeah, it looks like he tried to push it forward like a push pass. Yeah, this should be their ball. See what they roll.
So they do retain possession. But as he was being grabbed, Sharkey looked to, as Sam described it, shot put it. Kind of bounced around like a pinball, and then finally they were able to fall on it. To retain possession, bring up a 3rd and 11.
Yeah, they can't afford those mistakes. They're moving this ball pretty good on this drive.
Double slot formation, 3rd and 11. Sharkey sets. Sharkey being rushed, steps up, and he's going to be dumped at the 20-yard line. That's Boker. Just picked up his 6th sack of the year.
So what happens here, RV is covering each man, but you know what? At this point in the season, last game of the season, you have to throw it up, even though the man is covered, and give him a chance to go up and get the ball. He holds the ball long enough to wait for one of his receivers to get open, but that's not going to happen. So you got to put it up and see if your receiver can make a play.
Westmoreland's going to kick it, but from deep in his own territory at his 8-yard line.
Substitution issues here.
Condris back in Pemberton territory at the 48. Remember, they're kicking it from the 8 and going into the wind. The snap, a couple of steps, and this one is not going to go anywhere. And it gets a Rancocas Valley roll. It's going to be downed. See where they're going to mark it at the 24-yard line. Check that, pardon me, the inside the 35 at the 34-yard line.
So, you know, that goes back to what we were talking about the last play. I mean, you might as well throw it out there, give your guy a chance, even if they pick it off. You know, it ends up the same as your punt, except it gives you a chance to get it first. So, look for that to happen later as the game goes.
Actually put it down at the 32-yard line, so Rancocas Valley already on top 14-6, has an opportunity to score before halftime again with 4:01 left till intermission. Double slot formation for the Red Devils. Picking it up is Assis as he mishandles, and Assis struggles forward but gets to the 25-yard line. So picks up some 5 yards on first down, even though kind of a busted play there.
Yeah, it looks like the exchange was kind of bobbled a little bit. It looked like he didn't expect to get it.
So we've seen Assis taking the snaps for Mangine in the past. Now 2nd down, actually in 4. Assis going to run it himself. Assis stutter stepping. Assis has the first down, and he's to the 15-yard line. So interesting, Sam, because they know what he's going to do. He's going to run the football.
Right. And he's a good, hard, tough runner. What he needs to do is tuck that ball away. Because right now it's out there, like they say, like you're carrying a loaf of bread. And that's going to be something to watch for in his next couple of plays if he continues to run it. Because he's making good cuts, and he's making good effort after he gets contact, but he needs to tuck the ball, especially on a cold day like this.
Mangine split far out to the left side, so he's still in the ball game. And a marker on the play. Legal procedure, ball start, called against Rancocas Valley. Defense jumped, but they were enticed to jump by that ball start. Ball placed down right at the 20-yard line. 1st and 15 for the Red Devils, up 14-6. Assis, the quarterback. Mangine split far out to the left side. But Assis is going to throw the football. Great play there. Great toss. And defending on the play was Warner, and another marker.
A little bit of celebration action going on. The other one there.
Very quickly from the officials.
So a 20-yard hookup, Assis to Mangine.
We have unsportsmanlike conduct on Rancocas Valley.
So another wrinkle Houseman threw in there to, placate one of his longtime starters and stars. And just, hey, get out there and I'll give you a skinny post and see if you can pull it in. Did a good job.
Really did. Threw a nice ball there, Sam.
I see a nice ball, and Mangine both hands up, pinkies out, pulled it in.
Just another thing that Mangine can do, and you can see him out here again. He's going to be holding for the extra point.
Yep.
Raskavich to attempt. 20-6. The boot. And good.
Next point is good. Give the Red Devils 21, Hornets 6.
So now 21-6. Rancocas Valley on top of Pemberton. Well, there's something for everybody. That is at Dempster Sports Pub in Mount Holly. Early bird specials, Mexican Monday, Saturday breakfast, Thirsty Thursday, a great menu featuring their scrumptious burgers, nightly entertainment, and a wide variety of beverages. But Dempster Sports Pub was designed for the sports fan. You can watch all the NFL and college football games, plus baseball, basketball, hockey, and soccer. You name it. And they have their own teams for shuffleboard, darts, and horseshoes. Dempster Sports Pub, 437 Pine Street, just off Route 38 in Mount Holly, where friends become family. 21-6. Rancocas Valley leads it with 2:35 left in this first half of play. They have another opportunity to do some business here. And again, the mark off on the kickoff, Sam, is they're going to be kicking off from the 25-yard line.
I was just trying to take a look at the stats. It looks like that was Manjean's first catch, huh?
I agree, yeah.
They had that weapon all year long, huh? Oh, yeah, he's playing quarterback. That's right.
Yeah. Right. He throws the football. He runs the football. He leads the team in interceptions. He's second on the team in tackles. He holds for the extra point, and he also punts. Other than that, not much going on for Bryce Manjean.
He needs to get involved a little bit more. You know. All right, a couple times down. They got to hold it in a second.
Condris is going to hold it, but first he knocks it down. Now he says, all right, set it up for me again. So Preskavich to boot it. Pemberton with an opportunity with 2:35 remaining in this first half of play to get on the board again. Going to be taken inside the 30 at the 29, but then fumbling the football, picking it up, and then dumped at the 31-yard line.
Matlock, huh?
Walker made the reception, but Matlock there to grab him by the top of the jerseys and just pull him down effectively. Tyshawn Walker, 5'8", 148-pounder, so not a lot of bulk there for Walker.
So they definitely need to run this 2.5 minutes out. Let's see if RV uses their, let me see, timeouts up there. See if RV stops it and tries to score again, or this is the end of the half. This is important to keep it close for the second half.
Well, they've had one fumble and nearly another one, so they've got to make sure that they protect the football more than anything else. You don't want to give RV an easy opportunity late in this first half, already down 21-6. Trips to the left side. Henderson peels. He's going to get the throw, looking to cut inside, but they got him at the 30-yard line for a loss of 2 yards. He was just waiting for a block to develop there.
Yeah, you see Edric on that play? I mean, they had 3 receivers out there. They had a swing motion, arc motion by the running back. Edric saw it, came all the way from in. I mean, he fought through the block, came all the way from inside, and got in on the tackles. Good job.
Well, Edric by far leads this team in tackles, had 112 coming in. More than double the next 2 tacklers on the team. Timeout called by Pemberton with 2:13 left until halftime. For over 45 years, the Limo Group has provided quality engineering services to public clients throughout New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania, even Delaware. Many of these clients have used the Limo Group services for years, and the firm has received many engineering and planning awards for municipal and state projects. The Limo Group services are tailored to a client's specific needs. These range from water wells to footbridges and nature paths to new structures and facilities. The Alimo Group can engineer your ideas and help you create just what you need. Phone the Alimo Group, 609-267-8310. Or visit them online, visit them, their actual physical address, 200 High Street in Mount Holly. 2nd and 11. Pemberton. Here's Sharkey rolling to his right. Throws on the run, and this one is nearly intercepted.
Flag on a play.
Hill there to try to pick it off. It was intended for Westmoreland, but too tall.
I want to see what this call is at the end of the play. It's downfield. Actually, better job in this sprint out. They made good contact with it and gave him some throwing room. Yeah, Westmoreland got banged up a little bit downfield, so they may have called that either holding or pass interference.
Here's the infraction. Personal foul, the call against Rancocas Valley, 15 yards.
That's the third one, isn't it?
Yeah. Did he point to the right team, or?
He pointed to Rancocas Valley, but I guess he's going to walk off the line of scrimmage.
He has to get the starting point.
Yeah.
Ball's going to be moved to the 45-yard line, 46-yard line. That'll give him a first down. A lot of these flags, Sam, have been called after the play has been over today.
It wasn't an in-play kind of thing, which is kind of concerning because it was after the play, so it was either a celebration, a hit, or some kind of unsportsmanlike conduct.
4 receivers to the left side. Again, the empty backfield for Pemberton.
Everybody's eligible. They're all going downfield.
Sharkey's going to take it, and he's going nowhere. Edric in there to slow him down, and then got help from his teammates. Heron Chief in there also on the stop. So 2nd and 9 for the Hornets. 1:35 remaining till halftime. Trips to the right side and a slot to the left.
Do a good job of taking time off the clock.
Here comes the blitz.
Oh, he's got to be early.
Rolling to his right is Sharkey and throws to the right sideline.
Nice,
and this one appears to be complete to Westmoreland. And that's going to move the sticks.
Well, according to officials, we've seen the best timing of a snap this game so far. So they said he timed it right. The quarterback did a good job of getting outside. Good delivery, good reception.
Now 1:09 left in the first half. So the ball's at the 41-yard line. Pemberton looking to get on the board before halftime. That'll give them back-to-back possessions pretty much because they get the second half kickoff as well. Davis to the left side. Also Highsmith in the slot. Now trips to the left and a slot to the right. Been going with that empty backfield pretty much the whole game. This one thrown over the middle. Caught by Walker, but then he is belted down. And another flag.
Flag on the play completed to Tyshawn Walker.
Now this one's going to be interesting.
Yeah. Still in the air of holding, but let's see what they call.
Well, it was after he made the reception, it appeared.
Tripping.
Personal foul against the Hornets.
So now that'll cost them 15 yards, and a big 15 yards. You know, you look at the penalties, Sam, and it's okay. This is how many yards we've been penalized and how many penalties we've gotten, but it's not just the penalties and how many and the distance, it's when they occur.
Absolutely. I mean, you can overcome the yards the whole game, but
line for the Hornets.
Crucial times can be drive stoppers, and you can give the ball up in a terrible field position. I mean, that was a tripping penalty. If I was a quarterback, I'd pat him on the back because he obviously was tripping the defender to try and not get to. But it's illegal in football, so you can't do it.
So back to the 49, their own 49-yard line now. First down. We'll call it 22. Walker peels to the left side. Sharkey and another whistle.
Time.
So that's going to push him back 5 more yards. Another false start against the Hornets. So they're going in the wrong direction here. They had a nice drive going, but penalties are crushers.
Just like you said, I mean, that's just 5 yards. But now look at the down and distance. I mean, they can't have a player that's going to go for it because it's too high risk. So they need to run their 1st and 10 play and see how much time they can get off the clock.
Yeah, just under 30 seconds left in this first half of play. So not much time, and they keep going backwards now at their own 44-yard line. 1st and 25. Sharkey rolls to his right. Sharkey throws on the run, and this one is intercepted.
The one thing you don't want to do.
Condrus makes the pick.
Intercepted, got a flag on the play.
And another flag on the play. So there's been a whole lot of flags tossed in this game, and as we've mentioned, a lot of them have been after the play. Here it is.
Yeah, Harvey did a good job of undercutting that. It's called a comeback route. And he ran the route for the receiver. That means he jumped in front of the receiver and ran it to the same position where the quarterback expected him to be. That's why the ball is delivered right to the defender.
Now this is a big, big call here, Sam, because even though there's only 20 seconds left, if the marker is against Pemberton, the ball is right at the midfield line. If it's 15, that would put it at the 35-yard line of Pemberton. So they would have a great opportunity to score again.
Yeah, and all they need is a play or two to get into Bruskovich's range. So they have the wind. So all you do is kick it up in the air and let the wind take it through the goalpost. So
here's the indication. Personal foul. And it is.
Oh.
Well, okay. It is against Pemberton.
Right.
Kind of
and a sportsmanlike conduct, too. Okay.
A personal foul against the Hornets. Red Devils will take over.
So they're going to move the sticks here, Sam.
You got to go for it. You got to get at least a play to get yourself in field goal range. If not, go back to that post to try and score again, because it is football, and you have to take advantage of your position. The weather's not going to get better. It's only going to get colder and more bitter.
So they're going to put the football down at the 20-yard line. So what we saw here, Sam, is on that last series, the penalties against Pemberton killed the drive.
Yes. Now
the penalty is going to give them, Rancocas Valley, an opportunity to score again.
Yeah, that's 2 penalties. That's 30 yards right there. Yeah, they're going to go with the time and the wind. If you're going to go for the end zone, this is the time to go for the end zone.
Just 20 seconds, just a little over 20 seconds, but I believe that Rancocas Valley has, if not all their timeouts, certainly 2 timeouts left. Mangine looking for the screen, throws it to the right side. Matlock with a blocker in front. Matlock looking to cut it back. Matlock is grabbed inside the 20 at the 18-yard line, and again, a marker.
That's actually a good defensive rally to the ball. I don't know what the marker's going to be, but you see they have them wide open over here. The stock blocking starts. All right, Pemberton does a good job of keeping this outside contained leverage and rallying to the ball.
They're going to call a legal man downfield against Rancocas Valley. So
against Red Devils, the illegal man downfield.
5-yard walk-off. And now Rancocas Valley calls time with just over 10 seconds left in this first half. Well, over the years, Third Base Sports and Trophies has grown into one of the leading companies on the East Coast in providing all of your trophy and apparel needs. Located at 1960 Old Cuthbert Road in Cherry Hill, they provide one-stop shopping to their customers with outstanding quality, service, and affordability. Open Monday through Friday, 9 till 5, Saturdays from 9 till noon. Phone 856-665-0114. Remember to stop at third base on your way home. I think that's one of the best taglines I've ever heard. Remember to stop at third base on your way home. That is good, isn't it? Mm-hmm. It really is. First down and 15. Ball now at the 25-yard line of Pemberton, so they may have time, for 2 plays tops here, Sam?
You got a couple end zone shots, or if you were trying to get a field goal, you want to get 10, 15 yards to make it.
So let's see what the call is here. Again, illegal procedure against Rancocas Valley, so penalties now hurting them because even if they had a chance for a field goal, that's kind of gone by the wayside.
Yeah, this is, unless they can get a 15-yard out pattern. A couple seconds left.
Now at the 30-yard line. First and 20. And if you do make the catch here, you got to get down immediately, because if you run it, you're going to.
He's taking long enough to show that he's going to.
This one intended for Hill at the goal line, incomplete.
Incomplete.
Highsmith defending. put it right on the money there, just couldn't hang on.
Yeah, he mistimed his jump a little bit. The defender was on the top shoulder. Just, you know, low percentage play. What? How much time we have left here?
4.9 seconds.
Oh, they're going to go again. They're going to complement that post pattern with the corner pattern if they're going to go downfield. If not, they're going to try a screen or something short. So.
And you might look for Washington here with that 6'4" size.
Yes.
Can jump and haul it in over the top of the defenders. He's split far out to the left side. Bryce Mangine looking over that defense. Probably the last play of this first half of play. 21-6 the score. Here's Mangine. Goes quickly to the left side. Complete to the 10-yard line, but that's not going to get to the end zone, and that's going to run out the clock. I believe that was Washington on the reception, but just a quick pitch and see what he can do with it. Didn't get there, and that's the end of the first half of play.
Yeah, I could see it if he got out after a couple of yards, but I don't know.
So we're at halftime. It's 21-6, Rancocas Valley on top of the Hornets of Pemberton. We're going to be back. We're going to be back to talk things over here at halftime. This Thanksgiving Day game between Pemberton and Rancocas Valley after these
Allegedly.
two messages.
At least this year.
Pre-loved, pre-approved, and new to you. Visit Miller Subaru in Mount Holly and get a great deal on a factory certified pre-owned vehicle. Our certified pre-owned vehicles are all backed by Subaru and come with a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty, special financing, a free Carfax included, and 24-hour roadside assistance. Get all of the luxuries and peace of mind of a new car at an affordable price. Miller makes it better. Miller Subaru, Route 38 Mount Holly, 24/7 at millersubaru.com. Looking for a certified pre-owned vehicle? Miller Ford has a great selection to complement any lifestyle or budget. Plus, not just any car can be certified pre-owned Ford. Only the best cared for vehicles are chosen and then backed with Ford factory coverage, a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty, special financing, a clean Carfax report, and 24-hour roadside assistance. Find an affordable, reliable, and certified Miller Ford today. Miller makes it better. Route 38 Mount Holly and 24/7 at millerford.com.
Okay, back here.
Update your home with the long-lasting beauty of natural stone at the Hard Yard. Lippincott Supply in Mount Holly. We stock boulders, Belgian block, flagstones, stacking stones.
Because of their success, they were put into that bracket, put in that division, and the big question was how would they be able to get back to the playoffs? Would they be able to hang with those teams that have been perennial powers? So yeah, I mean, they proved this year they can compete at a high level, and it's been just it's been a great season, and they've proved a lot of people wrong. And one thing, Tony, that I've seen on Facebook from a lot of the fans is this is the first time that anyone can remember that RV is going for a Burlington County sweep, beating their rivals from Lenape, Shawnee, Cherokee, and today Pemberton, if they can finish this game out. I mean, first time for many of us that we've ever seen them beat all 4 teams in the same year. I mean, Sam would know as much as I do. I mean, that's...
I don't pick it back as you speak.
I mean, it's uncharted territory. You're talking going back into maybe the 70s, late 80s, maybe 81.
I think they had undefeated season late 70s.
Yeah, when they were a powerhouse under Coach Gordon. But since then, I mean, it's hard to think of a season where they've beaten all their rivals from Burlington County. So they're just doing a great job, and for many of us, we never thought we'd see RV this successful for so many years.
Right.
It was always a struggle for a lot of us who grew up and watched the program from Mount Holly. It was always tough. A lot of times we were outmanned. We didn't have as many numbers as the other schools. And then, now you're kind of seeing you've seen the change over the last 10 years. You've seen RV become that Group 5 power, really. And hopefully they can keep it going. I mean, that'll be the big question next year. Can they continue the success? I'm sure when you're a coach and you got a quarterback coming back every year, Sam, it makes it a lot easier, right?
When you have a freshman starting, after a few games.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, you figure. So yeah, I mean, the one thing I wanted to talk, we've been doing these broadcasts, and we appreciate everybody that's been watching out there, and obviously very proud of what we've been putting the games on with you guys, Tony and Sam, and our high-tech guy Gomez here, and then Mike Champion, our photographer. He's out in these cold conditions working hard, keep the games online, and people don't realize it's not an exact science when we show up at all these games and all these schools and different press boxes, and you don't know what kind of signal you're going to have. So we're doing our best all year to get the games for the RV community to watch. And, a big part of that, and one thing I wanted to talk about is just thanking our sponsors. Without them, these games would not happen. We have the Chippy and Mark Miller and the Miller family from Miller Ford that's been very supportive of our broadcast. Joe Lippincott from Lippincott Supply in downtown Mount Holly, another great supporter of the program. On and on. The Parent Chiefs, I can't thank them enough for all they do for RV. They have their, Dave Parent Chief out here, little David Parent Chief out here playing today, so it's great to see him. Highway Tire, Dempster's, Third Base. I mean, all our sponsors. We couldn't do it without them. And, I would just reach out to the RV community. If you like watching these football games every week, we need more support. We need more help. So if you're a business and you're out there and you want to get your name in the broadcast, we have, some of these games have been unbelievable, and the amount of people watching online has been great. That Lenape game, that playoff game, I mean, we had thousands of people watching online. It's crazy. It's amazing. Friends at home, friends all RV alum all across the country. Just watching these games and loving what you guys are doing with the broadcast. And even though I can't be here, I love watching the games as well. So, like I said, thank you very much to all the sponsors. And, I have to thank RV's new athletic director and RV's old athletic director, Tony Latierzo, Carmen Sella, and Mike Lamb, the new AD. I mean, they have been... a lot of schools, you go and you ask the AD for help, and they don't want to be part of it. And those guys have every request I've had. They've said, we're on board. We'll do whatever you need. I mean, the RV IT department, Lewis Noble in the RV IT department. I mean, every time I ask that guy to help me with something, he's right there. So, top to bottom, from the sponsors, from the administration, to the coaches, Coach Hausman. It's just been a great thing to deal with, and all those guys helping us out helping us get these games on. And, we hope to continue. We hope to make it better, make it the best we can make it, and just promote the school and promote the teams and just keep it going. I mean, RV football, with it being successful, I think it's just a great thing for the community.
And Dean, the fans, I don't think, realize what they have. There's no team in South Jersey, to my knowledge, that gets every single one of their broadcasts, or I should say games, online for them to watch.
Right,
Doesn't happen, I don't think, at any other high school in South Jersey. It is something to be appreciated and relished, because if it goes away, you probably are going to say, man, we missed the boat on that. And the other thing is, you talk about that Lenape playoff game. I remember watching YouTube and seeing Iverson Clement on the game, talking to fans in the chat. And that was just fantastic. Just some of the things you can do, because it's worldwide. You can watch the game in Europe. You can watch it in Asia. It doesn't matter. And that's the power of being on YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, that's the coolest thing about it, is it kind of just brings everybody back. We posted on Facebook, that we're doing the game, and you just see all the people just over the last 24 hours. Hey, how come we don't play Morristown anymore? Wonder, how are they playing Pemberton? And it's just, great. You see alumni talking about the games from the Thanksgiving games from the past, and it's just a lot of fun. And it's funny, we did the championship or the playoff game last week, and a lot of people were upset that we had to put it on the pay-per-view site. And that wasn't in our control so much to say. That's just the nature of the beast when you get that far in the playoffs and you get a championship game. So we apologize to everybody out there that didn't want to pay to watch the game. But that's what happens when you're a good program and you get in the championship game. Sometimes we couldn't put it out there for free. But hey, I'll take that every year if we can do it, to put it on the NFHS network.
And don't forget, when you pay your subscription, you're not just paying to watch the RV Williamstown game. You can watch anything for the whole month, right?
Right, exactly.
But that was disappointing for Rancocas Valley, but you can see they've come back here today, Dean, and not let that really get in their way. And hopefully at the end of this game, we're going to have an opportunity to talk with some of the seniors and Coach Hausman about, for some players, as we were talking before the game, Sam and I, it might be their last game they're playing football ever.
Yeah, exactly. And we'll see how long we can keep them on the field. Those guys ran off at halftime pretty quick, and I was down there on the sidelines. I mean, it's a lot colder. I mean, your hands are numb after standing out there for a little while. But Thanksgiving football, I mean, that's the big question right now. How many more years will we see Thanksgiving Day football? The days of the true state championship in New Jersey are coming, and we're one step away now. And these games right here, I mean, if RV had won that game last week against Williamstown, now you're the coach, you're in that position. What do? I have a Thanksgiving game in between the championship game. Do I play that game? Do I play my starters in that game? Should you not schedule the Thanksgiving game in the future? That'll be a good question. That'll be a big question. RV has a 2-year cycle here where they'll play Pemberton next year, unless they were to move that game up to the week 0, which some teams have done. Some teams that have had long rivalries in South Jersey have taken their game on Thanksgiving and said, you know what, we don't want it to be in the middle of the playoffs. We're going to move it up and put it the first week of the season, and the first week is week 0, as they call it. So, that's a dilemma. I mean, what do what do South Jersey fans want? Do they want Thanksgiving football, or do they want a state championship?
Well, they've played Pemberton more not on Thanksgiving than they had on Thanksgiving over the course of the year. So it'd be interesting. I mean, I know a lot of people say, well, gee, the non-publics have an overall state champion. How come the publics don't? And so the thing that has to suffer is a Thanksgiving Day game. But as you mentioned, they say, well, the solution could be playing those teams on the opening weekend of the season. And the kids, everyone was saying, well, some kids work during the summertime, and that week 0 could really interfere with that, especially the teams down the shore. But I remember talking to Coach Rosa from Hammond, who says our kids want to get it on. I mean, we've had enough scrimmages.
That's right.
We want to play somebody else. So it's been something they really look forward to, that week 0.
Well, let me ask you guys, what would you prefer? You prefer Thanksgiving game, or you prefer being free to play a state championship game?
Well, I prefer a state championship game only because if you look, we don't have. If you look at our stats, we have many teams who played that on Thanksgiving over the years. Not only Pemberton, we play Holy Cross, Morristown. You know, so we don't have any one team. We don't have the Camden Woodrow Wilson rivalry that has been for all those years. So for this area, state championship all the way, hands down. Put them at the beginning of the season and call it a day. The only time it will be tough is the Camden Woodrow Wilsons or those long-standing rivalries, and you know I can understand that, but they can still push that earlier and have rivalry week 1 or 2. Weeks into the season. So, personally, I would definitely go for a state championship.
I'm with Sam. I just feel it's right now. You used to have a South Jersey championship. Now you have a half the state championship with Central and South Jersey. It's like, what does that mean?
Right.
Have the championship game and find another way. I mean, you're talking about Atlantic City, Holy Spirit, Vineland, Millville. I mean, they've been playing like 100 years, some of those games.
Right.
So they might still want to have those games. It's just a situation where they just can't play them on Thanksgiving. But I too, would like a state champion. I mean, Pennsylvania has it, Texas has it, so many teams, and there's every other sport has one, right? They have a state champion. Why not football?
Yeah, that's the interesting point. Williamstown's going to play in the bowl game at MetLife Stadium. You win that game, okay, congratulations, right? I mean, it's sort of like how do you celebrate?
What is it?
But you didn't win the state title. You won half of the state title.
Right.
So it's an interesting situation. But yeah, I think after this 2-year cycle with Pemberton, it'll be interesting to see what RV does because, as Sam said, they played Morristown for so many years. Morristown, that series ended in 1981, and then they played Deptford 1 year, and then Holy Cross, and Burlington Township doesn't want to play Thanksgiving game anymore. That's why we're not playing them.
Right.
And Pemberton, a lot of people were critical that RV was playing a Group 2 school on Thanksgiving. But the bottom line is you had two communities that really like playing on Thanksgiving, and that's why you're here today.
But it wasn't what it used to be. Before it's like how politics came into play. When the bases were open, you had a bigger group of kids that play, and Pemberton was a powerhouse.
Yeah,
they had those players so it wasn't 5 against 2. It was 3 and 3 or 3 and 4 or whatever. But it was a much closer game then. But now it's the schools are still here, so you have to deal with what you have.
Yeah, so we'll see where it goes. I mean, I think there's just too many people pulling for the state championship now. I mean, if you look at the landscape of South Jersey just today, there's only 18 Thanksgiving games, and 18 may seem like a lot to some, but that's
not
probably
compared
half.
to what it used to be.
Probably half of what it used to be, just in South Jersey. And you saw even this year, like a Cherokee and Seneca. Those teams usually played on Thanksgiving. Once they got eliminated from the playoffs, they moved that game up a week. So their season's been done. They're not even playing today. So some schools are deciding, hey, if you lose your consolation game and you don't want to play an extra game, you can take off. You can end your season 2 weeks before Thanksgiving, and if you're a student that plays another sport, it gives you more time to get ready for that. If you're a basketball or wrestler and you're playing football, I look at Eastern High School. I mean, they've been done since the first week in November, so their kids have been off getting ready for a winter sports season. So yeah, it's interesting to see what some of the schools are deciding to do. Whether they had the option to play 2 consolation games or 1 consolation game. So. Here we are.
Well, the other interesting thing, Dean, is, I've talked with Tom Williams from Prime Events a number of times, and he continues to tell me that the Constitution prevents the non-publics from having a state champion. And yet they've been doing it for years.
Well, so they're going to have to rewrite the Constitution.
Right.
Someone's going to have to rewrite it.
Yep.
But we'll see. But yeah, I mean, this is. I'm glad we're able to get the game on today, and I think a lot of people appreciate the coverage, and hopefully we can keep it going. As long as we have the support of the community, the support of the administration, we'll keep these games going for all the fans out there to watch, and it'll be interesting to see what type of RV team we have next year.
And of course, Thanksgiving, just to end this on this note, is it's not just a game. it's a social event.
Right.
Because the kids from college come back and they see all their friends that they haven't seen all year, that sort of thing. And so that's what the allure of the Thanksgiving Day game is. Of course, there's not that many people here today because of the elements. It's got to be hardy fan to be out here today. It is very cold and very windy, but that you see, to see the games between Vineland and Millville, and you see the games between Atlantic City and Holy Spirit. You just don't know who's going to come back and be that game. And people you haven't seen for years. It's a nice social event. So both teams are back on the field right now, and we're just about set for the second half kickoff. And Sam, what do you think second half? They're going to get the second half kickoff is going to Pemberton. What are they going to do?
At some point, Arby's going to want to get a score so they can put in the players that have shown up for practice for 4 years straight, the seniors that don't always play. They want to get those guys that don't always get in. So they want to extend the lead a little bit. And Pemberton, with the ball, wants to score right away to still make it.
Sorry about that.
It's okay. So we should see, RV should get back to his base offense. I mean, heck, they've been having fun all game long, and all kind of trick plays and special plays for certain people. So we may see the seniors in positions that they're not used to. We may see players that we haven't seen all year. And on Pemberton's side, they need to get into the end zone, or they need to have a sustained drive to get within a score or two. I mean, there's no reason that they can just lie down and say, hey, we're not going to win this. They have the passing, they have the offense, they have the quality play calls, so they have the ability to come back.
And they will receive this second half kickoff. Down 21-6. They had some opportunities in the first half too, Sam, when they got that very short punt, had the football at the 25-yard line of Rancocas Valley, and then they proceeded to fumble the football, and that really killed that drive, obviously, and they haven't really been in a position to do much since that time, except for that long pass play to Walker from that crazy formation that you talk so much about.
That they've broken every rule that's out there, but they'll use that some more, although Arby shouldn't fall for the throwback in the tackle over position. But we'll see, is Arby going to select the wind in the third, or they're going to select the wind in the fourth quarter? That remains to be seen. We know Pemberton is getting the ball, so I want to see if Arby's going to try and score right away, save the fourth quarter to put the players in that have spent the time and done the work, or are they going to try it the third quarter?
Rancocas Valley got a 26-yard touchdown run from Moses in the first quarter. PAT was good. 43 seconds left in the first. It was the touchdown pass from Sharkey to Walker, 38 yards. And Condris with a 6-yard jet sweep. Extra point good, 14-6. That was at 9:37 of the second. And then with 2:35 left till halftime, it was Assis throwing a touchdown pass to none other than quarterback Bryce Mangine for 20 yards. Extra point was good, and that made it 21-6. So had to get that one stat in there before his career was over, right?
All he has to play is offensive guard, and he's done all 11 positions. I think we have some Thanksgiving Day scores from around the league. We have Shawnee leading Lenape 21-6 at halftime. The identical score that we have here.
That's really interesting, too, about Shawnee. There's a perfect example of, hey, the playoffs are, in fact, a new season. Because Shawnee didn't have one of their stellar seasons during the regular season, but they come back and they win the South Jersey Group 4 championship.
How about that? They found a way to put it together. Well, much like RV. I mean, RV has won unconventionally all year long. So Shawnee, that's when the offseason kicks into play and the belief in each other. So they found a way to win, and now they have to play a Thanksgiving Day game in between the championship game and the bowl game. So their bowl game opponent is,
I'll get it for you here. Take a look here. Sayreville plays Williamstown.
Long Branch.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So they have Long Branch maybe the first.
That'll be on Saturday at 7 p.m. up at MetLife Stadium. Running through the rest of it, it'll be Sayreville against Williamstown. That's Friday at 7 p.m. Saturday, Willingboro versus Pensgrove at 1 p.m. That's good for Group 1. On Friday, non-public Group 2, St. Joseph, Hamilton, and Holy Spirit. On Saturday, December 1st, Group 3, Rumson Fairhaven versus Woodrow Wilson. Group 2, Hillside versus Haddonfield. And as Sam just mentioned, the Group 4 Long Branch takes on Shawnee in what they call the bowl games. So Preskavich will be kicking it away. Walker and Highsmith back to receive it. Wind continues to blow from left to right. Here's the kick. It's short, taken by one of the up people at the 32-yard line and going to be knocked out at the 34-yard line. Making the reception was Jordan Harris. So the Hornets will go to work at their 36. Sorry, Sam.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. I'll just one track mind here. I wasn't paying attention. I was wondering if I was going to take the wind in the third or fourth quarter, and they did. It looks like they took the win in the third quarter because Pemberton had the ball, so they're going to try and score, it looks like, right away.
Quarterback Octavius Sharkey trips to the left side. Slot to the right side. Again, you see the empty backfield. Peeling to the left side is Walker. Walker gets the call. Walker is grabbed in the backfield, able to stumble forward, but good defensive play there, coming across quickly to make contact.
Yeah, it's a good play by RV. This is a jet sweep. RV's familiar with it. They practice against it all the time.
David Parenchief.
David Parenchief bites off the blocker and makes the tackle for the loss.
Loss of a couple. 2nd and 12. At the 32-yard line. Again, the empty backfield. Sharkey, the junior quarterback. Long count here. Takes the snap. Being rushed, throws to the right side, and this one nearly intercepted. Assis says, I got it. I got my hands under it, but the officials say, nice try.
Hey, you got to fight for your ball right there. The receiver ran a seam pattern. He didn't look back right at the first down marker, which, you know, you want to cut in front of the safety right there, and that should be what the point, the catching point, but for some reason he didn't look around.
That'll bring up 3rd and 12 from the 33. Now look at this formation, Sam. Nobody split out wide.
This is A&M wing T under Bear Bryant in the 50s here.
Sharkey.
I like this.
Back to pass, throws to the left side, intended for Walker, but much too high for Walker to haul in. Defending again was Assis, but too high.
I like the crossing patterns because if you're playing man, you get bumped off. That's obvious. But if you're playing zone, the hardest part is to pass the receiver from one zone to the next, and you say in, out, out, out. Not only do you have to call it to the defender next to you, you have to receive it from the one on the other side, and it's just tough to defend. And as you saw, that play was open. It's just he delivered high, and I believe even if he caught it, he would have been short of first.
Westmoreland will kick it from his 20, and Condress, he is standing about the 40-yard line. Again, this one held up by the wind. It bounces down at the 44-yard line of Pemberton, and that's where they're going to mark it, at the 44-yard line. So one thing I think the game's wind has affected more than anything in this game has been the punts.
Yeah, and I don't know much about these new wave metrics that people say, you know, punting should be out of the game. You have a better chance of winning going for the fourth and all that. But I know today, you're not going to punt it past the first down marker. They may be right. I mean, at this point, if they're not comfortable with it, the ball's hard. If for whatever reason the punts aren't going, that's the second time it hasn't gone past the first down marker, you might be better off going for it on fourth.
So Rancocas Valley with the football again, leading at 21-6. Jerome Hill splits out to the right side. Condress on the wing to the left. He's in motion. He's got the jet sweep, cuts back. Blockers in front to the right sideline, inside the 40, breaks free. At the 30-yard line, it's a foot race. He's at the 10, at the 5, and he's in for the touchdown.
Once we see this play, you're going to see a player that looks like he's blocking in the back, but he's not blocking in the back because he made contact on the receiver's front right there, right behind him. So I know someone wants to call blocking in the back, but he maintained contact from the start of the play. So that's a great blocking, great read of the blocks by Condress.
Yeah, Condress on that jet sweep, he's just so quick. You think you might have an angle on him, but doesn't normally work out in your favor. So Preskavich again will attempt 27-6. Low snap placed down by Mangine, and the kick is good. 28-7.
No, there's nothing to replace experience with running the jet sweep. You can be the best running back in the world. It just takes time to learn how the block's set up and where to go and when to make the cut. So he's run enough times. He has that down to a science.
28-6, 10:37 left in the third quarter. Rancocas Valley on top. Bill Gordon Mount Holly Pro Day is proud to support Rancocas Valley football. Bill Gordon Mount Holly Pro Day is an annual not-for-profit event established in 1998 as a way to financially support area youth programs, everything from Pop Warner football to Mount Holly Library. The 21st annual Bill Gordon Mount Holly Pro Day is coming next spring. Boy, spring sounds good right now.
Tell me about
Check out the details online at onlc.com/pro day. Matter of fact, I think they're saying that this is going to go down in history, Sam, as one of the coldest Thanksgiving Day games ever, or Thanksgiving days ever.
Oh, just overall, okay, yeah. I mean, even in the booth.
Yeah.
Fully geared up.
I know.
With the winter gloves and the three-quarter length coat. And it's, man, I can imagine what it's like out there.
Yeah, don't go out tonight if you think this is cold. It's going to be 14.
Oh.
So Preskavich to kick it away. Again, high, short, taken by one of the up people at the 27-yard line, a lineman, and he drives across the 35-yard line to the 37-yard line. Making the reception was Desmond Figueroa Inge. And we had a whole bunch of Inge last weekend, haven't we? He ran for 304 yards, set a record for Williamstown. Right there, the lineman Inge. Something he'll remember on this Thanksgiving Day.
I'm sure the story will be embellished as the years go by. Instead of a 4 or 5 yard gain, it'll be I ran 40 yards downfield and scored a touchdown.
Yep. They tell the stories just like fishermen. The fish was this big, then it became that big. Here's the give. Up the middle. Making a call was DJ Madagalt. And he picked up a yard. That's about all.
1 yard pickup by DJ Madagalt.
39-yard line. Clock continues to run with approaching 10 minutes left in this third quarter. Slots to either side. We've seen a lot of empty backfield. Highsmith now in motion to the right side. He gets the quick toss.
That's a lateral.
Backward pass, and this one is grabbed by Highsmith as he reached out the big arm to pull it in, or that might have been a free ball, Sam.
They have you can run this back. As you see, RV's defensive end is really getting upfield. You know, his job is to contain any kind of outside run or pass. They can take advantage of that by having a fake swing pass go out there and have a power or something right underneath them. I mean, like we said, any defense drawn up, you can draw a play to beat it. But you see what the ends are doing. Ends either crash down and make you come around, or they come upfield and make you come underneath.
That'll bring up 3rd and 16 for the Hornets. Not where they want to be. Sharkey back to pass. Look like a screen coming up. There is one, but it's too high. and incomplete. I think Rancocas Valley had that one smelled out pretty well. Manigault, again, the intended receiver, but you could pretty much smell that one out, Sam.
Egypt was all over that. I mean, they sifted through the offensive lineman and set up camp right behind the running back and disrupted the play. I mean, that's actually good vision. I mean, it's not hard on 3rd and a mile, but still, you have to execute it.
On a 3rd and 16, you probably got to be thinking, hey, look, they're not going to put the ball up and put it in danger. What are they going to run? Draw play. They're going to run a screen play. Right. So you recognize it. Incomplete. Westmoreland with the snap. Again, the kick bounces down at the 48-yard line, picked up by Condrus. Condrus being hit 2-3 tacklers at the 49-yard line.
By a swarm of Hornets.
Hamilton was there, but he had help as well. But still, 49-yard line, your own 49. At your own 49-yard line.
So now, as the score is 28-6, you're going to see maybe RV players take a little chance, try and get a chance to make a big play.
All right, Tony, we're going to go through the scores for you. Ready?
I am ready.
You ready? All right, we got some scores around South Jersey for you. Shawnee's beating Lenape 21-7 right now. New Egypt beating Bordentown 8-0 in the 4th quarter. Millville and Vineland tied at 6 at the half. Burlington City's beating Palmyra 16-7. Florence 27-0 over Riverside. Back to you.
All right, here's the toss to Myers, sweeping the left side. Myers picks up 5, 6, 7 yards for his knockdown.
And here's the one Sam wanted to know. Woodrow Wilson leading Camden 7-6 right now. Close game. Also, some games outside the region. Highland 14, Triton 12, Middle Township 14, Lower Cape May 14.
All right, Dean, thanks very much. Keeping us up to date on those scores around South Jersey. Rancocas Valley with the football at the 42-yard line. Here's the give to Myers again. Myers with a big gainer. Myers inside the 30-yard line to the 20-yard line.
Yeah, that's a counter from a wing position, and he hides behind the lineman he's behind, so it's tough to see him. You see him right here in the wing position. He's going to go to counter. You see the guard pull, kick out. He comes underneath. It's a good play. It's tough to see from a defensive perspective.
So as we mentioned earlier, Danny Myers getting involved in the offense more than he has been. You've seen him throwing the football in the flat, and especially since he's the up man in the punt formation. It's also carried on those fake punts. Here's Matlock. Matlock with the direct snap. Matlock looking to sweep the right side. Cuts inside, fumbles the football, and Pemberton, I believe, has got it. They do, and there is a marker on the play.
Yep, fighting for extra yards, so it's a hustle play, but you still have to hold on to the ball. All right, he makes a good cut, bounces outside, he has the ball in the outside arm, but you see 33 for Pemberton, that is
Highsmith.
Highsmith punches it out.
So they will have the football at their own 15-yard line. But they have had difficulty moving the football, Sam. They've had some opportunities, but have really not been able to do much with it here in this game.
Yeah, it's just, they have the plays drawn up. He may be open, he may be a little bit thrown behind, a little bit ahead. They even have a 2-yard gain on a run, which is nice, but you need 4 or 5 to make sure you have a chance to get a first.
Sharkey, the quarterback, trips to the right side. Takes the snap, throws to the right side, incomplete, intended for Walker. Walker was well covered on that play. 2 or 3 defenders right around him.
Yeah, well, that's 2 or 3 defenders around him is right. It's what we like to say. Sometimes you may have heard little footsteps or something. I mean, you have to make a business decision if I'm going to go in there and get that or not. So it may be in the case as much as anything else. I mean, it's tough.
Off the incompletion, clock stops. 2nd down and 10. Sharkey being rushed. And he's going to be grabbed and he's going to be thrown for a safety, possibly. Or did he get hit at the 1-yard line and then pushed back into the end zone? He's down as Edric. Tremendous play.
Oddly enough, Pemberton would be better off with the safety here than down to 1. But Yeah, I mean, first contact outside the end zone, but Pemberton would be better off with the safety because they kicked the ball off at the 20 and they wouldn't have give RV such great field position. If they have the ball here at the 1 and they have to punt it or do something like that, RV can score a touchdown right away.
Timeout on the field with 7:25 left in this third, 28-6. The score, RV on top. Well, have you heard of Burn Boot Camp? Burn Boot Camp is a fitness facility that focuses on inspiring and strengthening women, physically and mentally and emotionally. They offer high-intensity camps surrounded by a community of like-minded women. With the help of a personal trainer, clients learn how to maximize their individual potential and exceed their own expectations. Memberships include 45-minute camps, personalized nutrition guidance, one-on-one focus meetings with the trainers, and complimentary child watch. For more information or to sign up, visit our website, burnbootcamp.com/Hainsport-NJ, or call 856-924-8824. Still tending to Sharkey, I believe it is. Quarterback who was spun around and thrown into the end zone, but they're going to have the football from where we see it at the 1 yard line.
The most important thing is hopefully this young man is okay. That's number one. And two, in terms of the game, they're going to have to find a way. Who downs it? They're going to have to find a way to not get tackled in the end zone. Yeah, third down. Not get tackled in the end zone or give up, the ball at the 20. I mean, this is a safety would have allowed them at least to punt it downfield on the kick after safety, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, Sharkey is up on the field, still slouched over. May have had the wind knocked out of him. We don't know exactly what the injury is, but he's going to need some assistance getting off the field here.
So it's a leg injury.
Yeah, you could tell he's in some discomfort.
Sticking his hand under the waistband, so it might be.
Could be a hip injury there. Right. He's favoring. We don't want to speculate, but it was a hard hit by Edric. Edric, of course, 6'2" and 225, so he's a load.
He's a force. He's a force.
And then I went to practice a few days later. I had short skates, and my foot got caught up on one side. And I sort of
so let's see how they play it here. Third down and 28 yards to go.
So you have 3rd and 1 or 2 at the goal with a brand new quarterback coming in with the wind against your face in freezing cold weather.
Looks like Nason Cerruti is going to check in. 6 foot, 180-pound sophomore.
You're going to worry about the exchange or the snap. There's, no time to warm up. There's so many things that can go wrong here. Very few that can go right.
And he's only a sophomore, so hasn't had a lot of experience. Here's the snap and the give to the right side, and he is grabbed in the end zone and dumped. Let's see if this is a safety, and it is a safety. Drew Boker coming crashing across.
So RV, knowing that has to be some type of run with the scenario that's occurred, they send everybody and focus on the back.
Madrigal looking to get out of the end zone, just couldn't do it.
Always like to see points on the board for the defense. And if you have the Rancocas Valley defense in your high school fantasy league, they now have an interception.
So now 30-6 is the score.
And
Rancocas Valley on top. And they will receive the football as well. So a dangerous situation there, especially a dangerous one to go wide, Sam. You probably figure best to just go north-south.
You hit it up the middle. I mean, they're in either case, because they're in a spread offense. The ball has to go into the end zone before it can come back out. So unless they win out of center, it'll be tough.
They will get the football, Rancocas Valley, now up 30-6.
Oh, looks like they're going to – normally they punt it after safety, but I saw the kicking tee go out there, so it looks like they may kick it.
Well, we've seen what happens when they punt it. It has not been good. Hasn't been pretty for either team because of that wind, right?
That's right.
Westmoreland now.
So Westmoreland will kick it. Yeah.
Wind in his face, really starting to whip up out there.
Matlock is back there along with Condris.
And what would the odds be that the wind does pick up at this moment? I mean,
it is picking up. Take a look at the flag.
You cannot write a series of events that's more difficult for a team right now. I mean, this is getting, you know, the football gods are coming against them right now.
Matlock and Condris back to receive it.
Kickoff if you're Pemberton, Westmoreland.
30-6. Again, being held up by the wind, taken by one of the up people at the 40-yard line. Myers cutting to his right. Myers to the 36-yard line where he's double-teamed and knocked down. Ronald Wade makes the stick, but again, tremendous field position for Rancocas Valley, already deep into Pemberton territory. At the 36-yard line.
Yeah, Pemberton needs to see what they can do to pull themselves together to force a kick or just not give up anything easy. If RV's going to get a score, they need to make them work for it here. They don't want to, you know, reverse or a jet sweep or something that they can walk into the end zone. They've been playing tough for most of the game. They just got to keep it up a little bit longer.
So here come the Red Devils.
That looks like Vasquez, who's at the running back position. Hill, Myers, Condris.
Vasquez gets the call. Vasquez off right guard, but not much there at all. Is coming up quickly to make the stick was Reynard Henderson.
No yard for Carlos Vasquez.
It's good to see new people in the game here. I'm seeing some fresh faces out here.
Vasquez, of course, is a senior, so he's probably going to try to sprinkle in some seniors here as this game goes on.
Very good. Very good.
Slot formation to the left side, a loss of 2. Rolling left is Mangine. Throws on the run, and this one is complete at the 25-yard line to Condris. Condris angling for the right sideline. He's got a blocker in front for the right corner of the end zone, and he gets inside the pylon for the touchdown.
There's the big play that we hoped that they didn't have. They have the sprint out. They have the underneath coverage. And he overran it over top. It's a nice cut, nice open field running. Good vision by Condris. All right. It should be his last play, but we'll see how much more he plays.
So now 36-6. That's just what happens when you give a team great field position like that because of the safety and then kicking off to them in the short kick. Preskavich again for the extra point. And it is good.
And the extra point is good by Kyle Preskavich.
So you have the weather, you have the wind, you have the quarterback.
Red Devils 37, Hornets 6.
You have the season. You have a Group 5 school with a great season, a Group 2 school with a tough season. We should see some sprinkling of new players here, I think, at this point.
Yeah, they put up 14 points in the last minute or so at Rancocas Valley, so starting to fall apart for Pemberton.
Right.
37-6, 5:26 left in this third quarter of play. And remember, if the score becomes a 35 or more point difference, we'll have a running clock.
That's right. They were on the other end of that a week ago, so they understand.
Rancocas Valley comes in 8-3, and Pemberton 1 up and 9 down, having dropped 8 straight. So it'll be Preskavich kicking it off again. He's been busy here in this football game, both with extra points and kicking it off.
General Manager John Moses texted us a warning about at around 10:50 last night.
I was actually at a comedy show last night. I was seeing Artie Lang.
Oh, Artie's great.
And Bob Reed.
Highsmith back there along with Walker.
fantastic. I actually met him at the end about leaving. It was a great show.
Well, any fan of Stearns will recognize the name Artie Lang. That's Benjamin Biggie out there.
Short kick.
Doing his best on that kick.
Again, taken. I believe that's the same player who, that's Inge, who gets 2 opportunities in the same game to the 39-yard line. Inge with 2 receptions on the kickoff, last 2 in a row for Pemberton.
And the story gets bigger.
200 pounds, 5'9", and somehow still able to...
Rumbling and stumbling is... Rancocas Valley on defense, comfortably ahead, 37-6. Mason Cerruti again, the quarterback. Sharkey being shaken up on that last series as he was thrown into the end zone by Edric. Came out.
I'm looking at the demeanor of the team coming out. I mean,
screen coming up to the right side. It's complete to the 45-yard line, continuing across the midfield line to the 48-yard line of Rancocas Valley for the first down.
Aaron Warner for a good catch and run.
Making the reception was someone we haven't called out too much in this game. That's Aaron Warner, 5'10", 140-pound senior. So nice to see one of the seniors get a catch in this game. First down at the 48-yard line of Rancocas Valley.
That's a good call. Slow down the D-line a little bit of a screen, and what's even better is to complete it and get a first down. So,
yeah, especially for a sophomore quarterback who wants to just get his feet wet and get comfortable. Again, Cerruti to the left side, intended for Walker, too high. Defending on the play, I should say, was low. He had also help from Connor McConnell.
Yeah, they're breaking, if you watch, they're breaking on all the passes. So, not that they have the opportunity to do a double move, but I mean, you have to be careful even with the 3-yard, the 5-yard hitches, because they're breaking on every passing motion.
Got to be careful here because that wind can play tricks with your throws. Cerruti, 2nd and 10. Trips to the right side, and they give the fumble. Henderson looking to capture it, but let's see who's going to get it. It's going to be Rancocas Valley.
Yeah, he hasn't been practicing with these guys as much as the first team quarterback, and just to exchange issues. The snap was off a little bit. Couldn't get to the back in his belly quick enough. I mean, again, you have limited number of players in the Group 2 school, and then you go on to the backup quarterback. I mean, it's just one thing is against another. So I hope these guys can find something within themselves to keep as close as they can, but the wheels are falling off right now.
Anthony Hernandez with a recovery. You think of the exchange, Sam, as just, the exchange, nothing to it, but that's why you practice day in and day out to make sure that the exchange is done the right way. And if you're not used to playing with each other, that can happen, especially when it's so cold. Jerome Hill in motion. Jerome Hill with the jet sweep. He turns the corner. He's inside the 45 to the 43-yard line.
Regular, still the regular starting offense, so I guess we're trying to get to the 35-point lead, but well-executed play. And even with a person as talented as Hill, he doesn't have the experience that Condris has as running the sweep, and you can see the difference. I mean, talent's one thing, experience with talent is another.
Pickup of 4 yards. Direct snap again to Matlock. Breaks out in the clear. Cuts to his left. Here's a foot race. He's inside the 10. Along the left sideline. Takes it in for the touchdown.
Ty Matlock for touchdown for Rancocas Red Devils.
Wow, he's putting up with Condris. Condris has 3 touchdowns.
Well, you know, the beauty of it is RV did run the ball and they ran it inside. And it wasn't, you know, a sweep, pass, throwback, anything special like that. They kept a simple offense, just that the talent right now and the situation of the game, they weren't going to be stopped.
43-6 is the score, and now Preskavich looking for point number 44, and the clock will continue to run as we're obviously far beyond a 35-point difference. 44-6.
Rancocas 44, Pemberton 6.
Certainly.
44-6, Rancocas Valley on top big. Highway Tire and Auto Service stocks a wide selection of tires for your vehicle. Their passenger tire inventory includes favorite brands like Goodyear, Kelly, and Dunlop. You'll get the best replacement tire for your car, light truck, or SUV right now. But there's more. Highway Tire and Auto Service, family owned and operated for over 50 years, also offers specials on oil changes, alignment, and brake service. Highway Tire and Auto Service, 1661 Route 38 in Mount Holly. Phone them 609-267-5300 or visit them online at highwaytires.com. 44-6 RV pulling away here in this third quarter. They've scored at 6:29 of the third, 5:26 of the third, and 2:46 of the third. So 3 touchdowns within a 2 or 3 minute period.
Yeah, and Pem didn't do much to stop them, so it was worst of both worlds. Looks like it's going to be a deep kick this time. And the clock should be running after the start of play.
You got it. Preskavich. Line drive. Ainge was looking to make another reception there, but it gets off his fingertips, and Highsmith picks it up. Now Highsmith breaks free, angling for the left sideline, picked up by Edric, and then he just tosses him down.
Well, once Edric touches you, that's pretty much the end of it. He's not letting go. You haven't seen a lot of broken tackles by him, or missed tackles by him, I should say.
Well, Highsmith, just to give you an idea, is the captain, 5'8", 160, and Edric is 6'2", 220, 225.
Take over the ball on the 36-yard line.
So we're looking at some of the defenders, and there's been some changes made by Coach Houseman. Washington in it. Safety at 6'4". Nice to have a 6'4" safety back there, right?
How tall is he?
Yeah, he was 6'3" to start the season, but the last roster I looked at have him at 6'4". So.
Yeah, it was growth sports or something. These young men turn around. I don't know who they are anymore.
Erdy the give off the middle. Pickup of 4 yards, and now some shoving and pushing, and another flag.
I'm not sure if they're going after the ball or what started all this.
On that pretty good first down run. That was number 55.
All right, we got the run. He's down. It's over. Oh, they're extending the block, and he fell over. Okay. Yeah, he didn't play. He didn't stop on the whistle.
Probably just talking like any other family would. Politics.
Here's it's going to go against Pemberton.
Yeah, he continued to block after the whistle, and because the ball carrier was down, the defender fell backwards over.
Going to cost them 15. Last thing they would want at this point in the season, and you can see on the near sideline, you can't see it, but we can. Sharkey kind of limping around, right leg is giving him the problem. Ball's going to be placed down at the 25-yard line. Second down and 20. Cerruti, the quarterback. 1:09 left in this third quarter with a running clock. They give to Henderson, left side. Henderson picks up a nice gain, across the 30 to the 35-yard line.
Yeah, nice run.
Good pick up by Henderson, about 10 yards.
Assis in on defense, along with Gray. Third down, 3rd and 12. For the Hornets, down 44-6. Just 25 seconds left in the third.
They're going to have to run it. They've had one pass play get beyond the line of scrimmage, and that was that screen in the beginning. They're going to have to...
I think they're just going to let the clock run out here. Hands in their pocket or in their hand warmer. So I don't think they're going to be running another play. And they are not. So that's the end of the third quarter with Rancocas Valley on top big over Pemberton 44-6. Parent Chief Chapels has been part of the greater Mount Holly community for more than 180 years. Community service and participation are both part of their heritage. When you have need of their services, you can call 609-267-0399 or go to their website at parentchief.com. Or you can visit their warm and comfortable offices at 438 High Street in Mount Holly. They are there to help honor the memory of your loved ones. Parent Chief Chapels, a proud supporter of the student athletes at Rancocas Valley High School. So I'm sure that Coach Dan Hausman is going to start to get in as many players, especially the seniors, as he can here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I want to take us back to the beginning of the game. A lot of fans wonder why teams either take the ball or defer or whatever. Sometimes you got a strong defense, you want to defer. In this case, the game, it wasn't much question on the outcome of the game, no matter what happened. But you can see how the wind completely affected the game. I mean, the third quarter, so the RV had to win the second and third quarter. So you had to win for 2 quarters in a row, and that's what was as strong a deciding factor as getting the ball during the coin toss. So Pemberton elected to get the ball in the second half, and RV elected to have to win in the second and third quarter, and that plus being a bigger and better team, was a big factor in the game.
3 touchdowns and a safety in that third for Rancocas Valley. That'll bring up a 3rd and 12 for the Hornets.
New formation.
Ball at the 35-yard line. Cerruti with a give, looking to sweep the right side. That's Highsmith and a marker.
Looks like they're going to get a chop block. Let's see what they're going to call. I saw somebody go low on Eacher.
Well, they didn't make the first down, so let's see if they're going to accept this here, Sam.
Right. So as he gets the ball right here, watch the play right there. It goes low on Eacher and cuts him down.
They do decline the penalty. So 4th down, 4th and 12.
So with the 4th down metrics, you're better off lining up 4 wide, throwing it deep on a fade, and letting them intercept it and maybe tackle them for a 5-yard gain after the interception.
So having some discussion on the near sideline are the Hornets as to what they might want to be doing right here. 4th down and 7. And it does not appear they're going to be punting the football. Why should they?
That's right.
Now timeout.
Throw it over here, get a pass interference, maybe get a first down. I don't know what can happen.
Timeout called by Rancocas Valley. 10:41 left in this football game. They're on top 44-6. And Premier Barbershop is the place to get your hair cut. They have experienced barbers at Premier who specialize in the latest styles, fades, temple tapers, mohawks, comb-overs, designs, and more. Premier Barbershop, 14 High Street in Mount Holly. They are a diversified establishment. If you look good, they look good. Get sharp at Premier Barbershop in Mount Holly. Fourth down. See if they've changed their mind. They have not. They come out and they're going to be going for it. 4th down and 7. All at their own 40-yard line.
I like it. You have 1-on-1 over here. if the defender doesn't find the ball in the air, you're going to get some kind of pass interference to give you automatic first.
So Rudy steps
there you go.
To the right sideline. This one is significantly underthrown, but coming back to haul it in on Jerome Hill was the intended receiver. That was Cole Davis.
That's all right, Pemberton. Keep looking up here. I got your next call for you. Let's go.
You knew Jerome Hill was going to stumble there, and the defender was going to go down.
Absolutely. I saw the grass. I saw the turf was ready to move, and I.
Yeah.
I guess that's what they mean, those metrics about not punting the ball anymore.
But that was not probably the way they drew it up, right?
No, not at all.
Severely underthrown pass, but Davis able to go up and grab it. So Rudy, the give. Here's Henderson. Henderson nice pounds off right tackle to the 30-yard line. Picks up nearly enough for the first down.
He's had 3 or 4 carries that are impressive. We're talking about shoulders downfield, legs driving after contact. I mean, the running back form is pretty good.
Second down and a yard from the 30. Trips to the left side. Henderson again with the carry. Coming up to make the stick was Washington.
Good run by Ronnie Henderson. Give it to Hornets.
They do pick up the first down, but as the clock runs in this situation, there is no stoppage of the clock for the first down.
Okay, got the bright uniforms in.
Try to give you the players who have just come in for Rancocas Valley with 8:40 left in the game. Walker peels to the left side. So Rudy again, Henderson, this time hit right at the line of scrimmage. Cease was there, but he had a lot of help. Also there was Darius Wakefield.
Yeah, I'm seeing why they had the exchange problems before. I don't know if he's flipping the ball to get a better grip on it before he hands it off, or the snap's a little slower, but the timing is just a little bit quicker than it needs to be. If they slow it down a little bit, they won't have the exchange problems in the future.
Wakefield only a sophomore at 6'1" and 260, so some size coming back for Rancocas Valley next year. Second down, no gain, maybe a half a yard. Cerruti looking to throw the football, or at least has the empty backfield. Here's the snap, throws to the right side. This one's picked off by Edric, left sideline. Edric cuts back to the center of the field, inside or across the 40, I should say, to the 45. And you know what he had intentions of, Sam. He wanted to take it to the house.
He certainly did. Now watch the number 2 receiver. This is the same blitz and the same play that they scored on earlier, but, you know, different quarterback, and fool me once. Edric broke the cardinal rule of interceptions. Head to the sideline, young man. Head to the sideline. He ran back in the middle. When he watches this on film and he sees his buddies over there lining up on the side to block for him, he could have walked. He'd still be running right now to the end zone. But you know what? A young man's played well all year. He deserved that.
And of course, he could have broken some tackles as well because of his size. You know, he's 6'2", 225. So
yeah. I've been fighting for him to play tight end all year. Now he finally he has one. He runs back to the middle. So it's killing my scouting plan.
So we have marker down.
Procedure?
Legal substitution or?
1, 2, 3, 4. 12.
5-yard walk-off. So 1st and 15.
Still, all right, I gotta say there's still 12 people in the field. Okay.
At the 39-yard line, they will have the football.
I thought it was the Winnipeg Jets over here going for Canadian football championship.
Yeah. Drew Boker is in the backfield along with Mangine. Boker, of course, a lineman by trade, but let's see if he gets the call. He does get the call. Up the middle. Boker breaks tackles. Boker breaks free. Boker could take it the distance. Inside the 30. He will go all the way.
So the senior lineman gets the chance to run the ball for the first time, and all he does is run for a 55, 60-yard touchdown run, breaking about 4 tackles.
61 yards for Boker.
Look at this. He hits the ball. He has the ball on the outside hand. He's actually has a stiff arm. Then he extends the run. He looks like a running back. I told you, Coach. I told you, Coach. You should have played me all year. I told you, Coach. That's what he's going to go back and tell his coach. Send that to his coach every year on Thanksgiving. Email him.
That's right. I'm 220 pounds. Give me the football.
Yeah, he's a tough kid overall. He's a wrestler, and, he's a lineman. He's a defender. He's just tough as a young man. But, I mean, that was more than tough. That was skilled.
Yeah, but showed some speed there for 220. Raskavich will attempt 50-6.
And that wasn't a case of running up the score or anything, because there was a lineman around the ball. I mean, that was just, you put one of your best players, on the team in a position they always want to play. So that's more for him.
Extra point is good. 51-6. Rancocas Valley, and I'm sure that Coach Hausman now planning on emptying the bench as the clock continues to run. For more than 30 years, Elite Landscaping has been creating beautiful surroundings for customers throughout the Delaware Valley. As one of South Jersey's premier full-service landscape design and installation firms, Elite stands behind all of their work, providing regular monitoring of their landscape settings. The entire process is delivered on time and on budget by a team of friendly and professional landscape experts. Elite Landscaping, 8 Pine View Avenue in Berlin. Phone 856-753-1944. So, Sam, not only is Rancocas Valley, I believe it's 51, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see, it was 44 plus 6 is 50, plus the extra point is 50. Nonetheless, this game we've seen a couple of things we haven't seen all season. Number one, we've seen Bryce Mangine catch a touchdown pass, and we've also seen Drew Broker break a long run for a touchdown. So a memorable Thanksgiving Day game, no question.
And talent and practice and skill is one thing, but Hausman has done a good job of making it also fun for these kids after that, I wouldn't say heartbreaking loss, after that one lopsided loss the week before. So it's good on a number of levels. I mean, this gets the kids ready to play next season. They're excited. It's a good job by the players and a good job by the coaches.
Raskavich again, the kick, high, and Ty Matlock just wipes out Jordan Harris, who made the reception.
I think the problem is, as you see, he runs back. It's going to be helmet to helmet. It's no problem being aggressive and hitting someone hard. That's okay. Yeah, but what the problem is, if his helmet contacts the defensive player's helmet, there's a problem. And it looks like he lowered his head at the last second. I can't see closely enough. So I'm all for aggressiveness and tough play. Just be careful, because you don't want to damage that brain. You only get one of them.
So the penalty is against Rancocas Valley. Going to cost him 15 yards. Ball moved to the 45-yard line. 50-6.
The amount that he's been bombed this year, you like to see him extract some revenge, but it's a little late in the game.
Pemberton will have another opportunity. Clock continues to run. Under 3 minutes now left in this ball game.
That's what I always said. Doesn't matter who. Exactly. When I laid a hit on somebody and somebody was like, I'm sorry, okay, Paul. Doesn't matter who he is, right? There's Cerruti for the snap.
Cerruti, Henderson, who's run well. Henderson up the middle to the 45 of Rancocas Valley.
Nice run, nice cut.
Jerome Hill makes the tackle.
2.5 minutes.
Washington checks back in for the Red Devils. Clock continues to run. Not really in any hurry, but then again, why would they be hurrying?
Exactly.
Henderson again gets the call. Henderson again with a good gain to the 41-42 line. Under 2 minutes left.
It's a nifty little runner. I understand that, you know, the backups on, but they're more like the teams they've played all year.
Colin Bachman in the ball game for Rancocas Valley. The give to the left side, looking to make the cut. Picks up 4 or 5 yards. That's Manigault. Picks up 3 or 4 yards, enough for the first down. Approaching 1 minute left in this ball game. Rancocas Valley really asserting themselves here in this second half. Cerruti throws to the right side, and again, very dangerous for Walker. In the vicinity, looking for the pick, was Anthony Hughey.
Stick to the power, guys. Stick to the running. Stick to the power, right? You know, run up the middle, in the game properly. Maybe one more play.
And Cerruti kind of pushes the ball, Sam. I mean,
Yes.
doesn't get a lot on it. It kind of floats, and that gives those defenders opportunity to get at it.
There you go.
Off the right side to the 25-yard line.
Hurry-up signal being given from the sideline here at Pemberton. Not sure if they're going to be able to
Might be the last play of the ball game, and that was DJ Manigault on the carry, and that should do it.
Someone's down.
Injured player for Pemberton.
More important in the game.
Thank you, everyone, for coming out. Have a happy Thanksgiving.
So that's the end of the football game, with Rancocas Valley winning it 51-6 in a game that they were certainly expected to win, Sam, and early on Pemberton had some opportunities, but they really just could not get anything going consistently in this game, and Rancocas Valley really poured it on in the second half.
I'll tell you what, I think the call to get the win the second and the third quarters was as big a call as anything else. I mean, you have, you know, it's a lopsided game, but you have still a good decision there, and then you have the decision to run the ball and have a fun week of practice, have the trick plays. I mean, it's all around for RV. It was a well programmed week. Now Pemberton, you know, I mean, I can't think of anything more that can go wrong for Pemberton. They're here, they showed up, the weather's as cold as it's been in maybe 20 years. You have your season has been a very tough season. You're at the end of it, the quarterback gets hurt, the wind blows up, everything goes on. They're still here and they play to the end. So, you know, hats off to them, because they had everything go wrong and RV had everything go right, and they still had an enjoyable game, even though it was a lopsided loss, and could have even been much worse.
Yeah, it could have been. I mean, they did have an opportunity early on in this game to put up some points. They did get 6, but mixed the extra point on that bad snap, but they fumbled the football after getting great field position at the 25-yard line of Rancocas Valley. Couldn't do much with it, and then from then on it was just downhill, and that third quarter was really just an onslaught for Rancocas Valley. They scored 3 touchdowns, also got a safety. The quarterback of Pemberton gets hurt, and so pretty much it was all RV in this football game, and they finished the season 9 up and 3 down, and Dean Mikowski is on the field and looking to talk. Having some technical difficulties with Dean down on the field. Sam's going to go down and see if he can see if we can get that straightened out, because we certainly do want to talk to these players and the coach, of course, on this very successful season. Sam is going to look to make his way out there. We apologize for the problems with the.
Do you hear it? I don't know why.
It almost sounds sped up.
Yeah. You're lucky that you have heated seats.
40 seconds too long, if you ask me.
Turn it off. Turn it back on.
Turn it off, turn it back on.
Reach these one time.
I can come up a little bit.
Is that working? You got it now? All right, back to the big questions of the day. So Drew, tell us, you get a chance to run, offensive line and running back, and first carry 61 yards, touchdown. I guess you kind of feel like you should have had more carries throughout the season, right?
No, you gotta do what the team needs. That was great. I wanted to step out. I wanted to get Dan Myers a touchdown. He's an unsung hero on our team, and I tried to sit down there at the end, and I slipped, and I couldn't get it. I was in the end zone, but I really tried to stop for him and get him that touch.
The lineman looking out for the other guys once again, right? Bryce, let's just talk. What did this game mean to you? Wrapping up 4 years of playing varsity football for RV, tremendous success. Just what was going through your mind today?
Just go out and have fun. Obviously, this is our last game ever playing football, so you want to make it memorable. I came out here with these guys and playing with them since I was little, and all these guys are my brothers, and I just want to go out and have fun with them and try to win this game and do it with class and finish our football careers off the right way.
Danny, what's it meant for you playing with these guys these last couple of years?
Man, it's been amazing. We've made a ton of memories, won a lot of football games, had a lot of fun, and it's just been great.
Just talk about your day today. You had a couple touchdowns. Great way to cap off your career here.
Yeah, it was fun to go out there and make some plays on my last game. I think still the best part was getting Drew the touchdown at the end, though. That was fun.
Jesse, come on over here, bud. Jesse, you had the pick. You had all the field to run, and you cut into your own guys. What happened?
Yeah, I cut into my own guy. It was yeah, I seen with the return receiver. He's a quick bull, so I thought he was gonna get it, so that's why I cut back. But I'm definitely gonna work on that return.
Seems to have lost the signal with Dean again. We'll see if we pick it up again. Yeah, sorry, we can't seem to reconnect with Dean, but we got most of it, and you heard the players, and you could tell that they love playing with each other, don't they?
Yeah, you can hear that in their voices when they're one of the first things that they bring up is how much they enjoy time.
We got them again.
And having fun with coming out here and having fun with my friends and stuff like that, and winning games and making memories, like we said, that's just fun to me. Like I said, we've been playing together since we were little, and I love the game of football, and I know they do too. So coming out here and just playing and having fun is what is our goal for every single game. That's what we do. Obviously, you won a championship, but that comes with winning football games and being prepared and being the better team. And unfortunately, the last two times, we just weren't the better team on the field. And that's all you can do. Yeah.
Can you guys still hear me? Well, let me just say.
Yeah, Dean seems to have faded out again. Unfortunately, sometimes the connections with these wireless microphones is not the best, so rather than make you listen to us just waiting for Dean to hook it back up again, so Final score 51-6. And Sam, been a pleasure working with you this season. Really enjoyed it and kind of wrapped up this season. Rancocas Valley, another very successful season, going to the Group 5 championship game, second year in a row. Coming up short, as you heard Bryce Mangine say, but a lot of success over the last 2 years.
Yeah, and I was talking to the coaches. It goes back all the way to 5 years. Was it 3 times in 5 years? So, I mean, even before Bryce was here, they've been getting things together, and they got this senior class, which is maybe one of the winningest classes probably in RV history. We have to go back and see how many games they've won. I think they did a great job all year long. I think they did a great job week by week. And I think they remembered the right things, and I think they forgot, most importantly, the right things. The mistakes they made, things have happened, they let that go, and they moved on to the next week. I think they've held together as a bunch. You didn't see a bunch of infighting. You saw people building each other up. You saw one of the things that the 4 leaders just said, the happiest moment in this game today was when another one of their team members had a great play or a great game. I mean, they're looking out for each other, and that's something that's built in the off season. That's something that's built in the weight room. That's something that's built in the hallways. That's something that's built by the support of their parents and their families. I think overall the foundation is here to keep this going. I don't think this is a flash in the pan. I don't think this is a lucky season or something that just happened. I think it's more of a foundation of building that's been built. So every now and then you can have players that are better, players that are not as good. But right now they have the players and the foundation, and we'll see who's going to take over the reins next year.
Yeah, that's what they say. You think about, well, the games are won on the field. Sure they are. But if you ask a coach and some of the players, they'll tell you the games or the season's success is won in the off season, because you're in the weight room, you're getting yourself made into a better player physically over the years. You take a look at a freshman and you look at a senior. I'm sure you went through that, how physically you develop, and that's why, yeah, you may be a very talented player as a freshman, but when you're a senior, you're just so much physically bigger and stronger, and that just makes so much of a difference.
That's right. That's the experience we talked about, not just finding certain plays, but knowing, how much effort to give, when to make sure your body's right, and I think they've figured it out. So it's been one of the better runs in RV history. It's been fun to watch.
So we want to thank Dean McCaskey for coming by and helping us out here with this broadcast. Of course, he's been a producer of these games along with Tom Williams and Prime Events. Mike Champion on the camera up top, and Mike did yeoman work in this very, very cold, very windy day. So Mike, fantastic job. Gomez. And you're always asking, what's his last name? He wants to be known as Gomez. Much the same as Madonna and Cher, he's Gomez. Thank you very much for all of your work. And Sam, been a great run. Thank you very much for all you've done here. So once again, the final score, 51-6. Rancocas Valley closes out their season at 9-3. And Pemberton falls to 1-10. For all of you listening out there, have yourself a very happy Thanksgiving. We enjoyed bringing the games to you. Hope you enjoyed watching them on YouTube and wherever else you may have seen them. Once again, the final score, Rancocas Valley 51, Pemberton 6. For Sam Jenkins, this is Tony Blum. So long for now.
So long.